Good morning. Good morning. Just getting up. Thank you all for being here this morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is 7:03 a.m. here on the Eastern Coast. It's a Friday. Thank God we got through this fucking week. And I'm so glad you're here with me this morning. Thank you so much. I can see everything clearly today. I can see everything on my screen. So again, let me thank you all for holding it down with me on Wednesday when I was going through my little snafu with StreamYard up and down, which are every way. But I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, Red Wings Hockey. Good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. Pastor Stephen McNeil Lennon. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Shay, good morning to you. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. in Colorado. Oh, wow. What's good morning? Good morning. Baby, Shay, I was up all night chilling with the beef sector. We were up all night. I didn't go to bed till like 4 this morning. So I'm glad I was able to make it up too. Good morning, Cash App and Bullshit. Good morning. I'm glad to see you too, Miss Shay. I'm glad to see you too. Hey, Miss Margot. Hey, Miss Margot. It's Friday. Yes, it is. Hey, Care Vixen. Good morning to you, Zap Allen. Good morning to you, Zap. I don't know if Zap Allen, thank you. And I don't know if you got a chance to see my reply, but thank you so much. That was very nice of you. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, then you're the right person. But thank you again, so much. I really appreciate. Though I appreciate it, everything. All right, so let's just jump right into this morning. I definitely got to get my day started. So I wanted to bring you all so many things. I don't know if you checked the description box under this video, but we have 16 things to talk about today. We're covering from Tasha K. We're going to talk about the Cory Booker video, 42 Dugg, Andrew Caldwell, Wendy Williams, and then we're going to round it out on the video, one of the videos I uploaded on my channel. So sit back, relax, and let me catch you up to date. Thank you. Oh, Zap, that really made my day. It really did. And I was like, wow. So thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So today, kicking it off, the first thing I want to just jump right into and sort of wrap my head around is the Tasha K and the Tasha K appeal. So, Tasha K appealed her lawsuit with Cardi B, and it was quite apparent. This shouldn't come as a shocker to anyone, but Radar Online recently took a look at her documents that she filed, and she filed a notice of appeal on her attorneys filed a notice of appeal on behalf of Tasha K on Thursday, March 17th, exactly 1 month after a jury found her liable. Now, what she's saying is that she's appealing to the United States Courts of Appeal for the 11th Circuit Court from the final judgment entered on February 17th, respectfully submitted on March 17th. Tasha K comes because she doesn't have the $4 million to give Cardi. So my question became, Tasha has yet to file her brief explaining the reason why she believes the judgment should be reversed. And so she filed the appeal. She hasn't entered the reasons yet as to why she feels she should be requested. This judgment should be approved, move forward. My thing is, this has no legs to move forward. She can file an appeal, but I don't think the larger court is going to grant her any motion to appeal. They're probably will send it back to the lower court. If anything, they may lessen some of the damages or kick something back, but she's not going to get out of not paying this woman her money. I think it was precedent set here with this case. And I think there's a lot of people riding on Cardi B's win. So at this point, Tasha K is definitely stuck. Now, how long it takes her to pay, that's up to her. You know, it can take her as long as it can to pay her back, but she will have to pay that money. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on this. You know what's shocking to me, you all? I don't understand why Tasha K won't just let it go. Like, I feel like this causes more damage to her brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like she's thinking like, okay, you know, I'm gonna be a savior or something. Like, I don't know what she's fighting for. I was trying to figure out what the fuck are you fighting for, Tasha K? Like, what else do you have to prove? There's nothing else for you to prove. And we can even tell in the kind of videos and the type of questions that and the kind of people that are coming on Tasha K's show. It's not as it used to be. It's not as salacious. And even if it's salacious with like a D list or a W list celebrity, but it's definitely not no one on Cardi B's level anymore. So I think she has learned her lesson, but unfortunately she's still trying to move forward. So I was saying to that. Now, let me check my comments. Hey, good morning, Miss Jones. Hey, happy Friday. Are you ready? Happy Friday. Brick Girl, good morning to you. Good morning to you all. Hey, good morning to you all. And I'm seeing all these familiar faces that I bumped into last night. So y'all waking up with me too. So good morning to you all. And I you know, before I even continue on, I just want to say thank you to my supporters, the people who rock hard with Roman, because shit went down yesterday and you all were amazingly like, King Roman, you cool, everything is good. And that's how I felt. I was in the chat laughing. So to see y'all coming through this morning, it means a lot. So thank you. Know that the same vibe I'm giving you now is the same vibe I was sitting in the chat last night. Like, these bitches is crazy. So thank you. It's good to see you all back here this morning. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna get into is Tory Lanez. So Tory Lanez is launching this petition to keep our Black men on Coachella and other festivals. All right, so I don't know if y'all have heard this, but Tory Lanez has got a petition, launched a petition in light of the fact that Kanye West has been removed from performing at Coachella and that he's been banned. In light of the petition that Kanye West has been removed from Coachella and that he's been banned from performing and attending the Grammys, he decided to create this petition. And so the petition says, we are watching the industry and fake cancel culture remove all of our legendary Black men, Black celebrities, and Black moguls from festivals, from our culture, and from our lives. And it starts with us. We must make a change so we can keep seeing our Black men thriving. We stood for equal rights of Black men 2 years ago with George Floyd. What changed from then to now in regards of the protection of Black men? A man is not his craft, and the craft should never be judged by the man. Don't let them use our personal life situations to make fake stories that have been misconstrued to hinder and taint our legacies. Stand for us. We are the backbone of our culture. If we lose this fight, we lose the head of the same culture that we have known and loved and owned for the last 2,000 years. The Black man needs to be protected. The first step is protecting our culture. Now y'all know goddamn well, if you don't get your ass out of here putting this goddamn petition together about protect Black men to perform at festivals, out of all the things you want to protect Black men for, you think we supposed to go up for you because your ass can't perform. If you don't get your fucking ass out of here, I almost signed that white. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have no remorse for no goddamn Tory Lanez. And it's almost like, are you kidding me? It's a slap in the face to so many other people that face way more severe forms of discrimination and who really needs protection. But you think because you and Kanye West and Travis Scott can't perform at these shows anymore, that we supposed to be lending some protection to you? You fucking kidding me? This is about the dumbest thing. I saw this and says, I wonder who put this shit together. Stop trying to be down with a cause and trying to create a cause because you just want some support. This makes no sense at all. And secondly, your petition to make people force you to perform at their, it doesn't go like that. These are private events. These aren't this, the government isn't throwing a concert where you're going to get a petition and have force them to have you. These are private events. If they don't like you, they don't have to let you there. Who makes you think that you can put a petition together so your black ass can get up and perform? Tory, if you don't get your ass out of here, like, I'm not a hater. I like your music. I listen to some tunes, and that's as far as it goes. This just was the dumb. I was reading it like, wow. So he really thinks that we're about to just raise up. Everybody raise up because Kanye can't perform at the Grammys. Well, I don't really give a fuck if he perform at the Grammys or not. To be honest with you, that's not going to change whether I like Kanye. Tory, if you now, do I care if you perform? No. Like this, it made no sense, and it saw us seeing him waste his time on things that really just didn't fucking matter. So Tory Lanez, you get an ultimate fail for trying to be active to keep. Do y'all see this? Tory Lanez launches petition to keep our black. And somebody on Twitter had put up so many different flyers of all the festivals coming up over the summer, where it's nothing but black men leading them and headlining them. From Tyler the Creator. It's so many names that they posted, and I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, y'all need to get a hold on Tory Lanez. He doing a little too much. So Tory Lanez, you get a fail for this shit right here. I saw it and laughed. Now speaking of, moving on to the next topic, through the grapevine, allegedly, sources are saying that Kanye West in any day now plans to file for full custody of the kids because he's claiming Kim is never around. Listen, let me get into that. Hold on, let me check the comments. Yes, good morning, Black Swan B1. Good morning to you. Hey, I saw you out last night too. Look at us up in the morning. I wouldn't trust Jay Prince anyways. He always got a hidden agenda. Oh, you right about that. Probably some young white kid made that petition. Right. My point exactly. Like, are we really finna seriously trust the fact that Tory Lanez is gonna be our activist now, and the cause we're gonna jump behind is may help black men perform at Coachella? Are you fucking kidding me? When there's black men in America who can't even go to Coachella, there's black men in America who can't even spend the money to attend Coachella. So you think I give a fuck about you or Kanye performing at Coachella? Are you serious? I saw that shit and said, dude, you can be locked up, and I wouldn't give a fuck. Like that's just what with Tory Lanez, respectively. Of course, I have to be like, okay, y'all locking Kanye West up over this. All right, now to come off the porch and out the gate. What are we doing? Tory, I'll be going in the house, closing the door, putting the robe on and going to bed. So it ain't the same. Good morning, Voodoo. Good morning to you. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about another situation. Well, the one who put it together, put the sort of this keep our black men together on Coachella was Tory Lanez. And I'm thinking he took the direction of somebody close to him. Clearly. Good morning, Miss Juicy Reviews. Good morning to you. Hey, Tracy's World. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Miss Obi. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hey, we did it. We made it here to Friday. And I'm glad to see you, all you faces this morning, all y'all faces this morning. Thank you so much for being here. We went over a couple of things. First thing we touched on Tasha K and Cardi B's appeal. Tasha K entered it. Now we're just waiting for Tasha K to give us more details as to why she feels she needs an appeal. She has, I think, until the 19th of next month to turn those documents in. So I'll stay tuned to that. And now we're talking about Tory Lanez and his petition to keep our black men on Coachella and how stupid I thought that was. So if you all get a chance, go check it out. Go look at some of the comments and also go look at Twitter and look at what people have said. Black women sounded off. It was so many women like, yeah, protect them from other black men. Yeah, protect them from who? Bills. It was they were sounding off. And I think it's because it's Tory Lanez. I mean, to be honest with you, you would not be the mascot for something like this. Even if it was an issue for black men performing, I certainly wouldn't want Tory Lanez to be sort of the mascot cheering people on for that. So sorry, wrong thing to choose. And now we're in this Kanye West planning to file full custody of the kids because he claims Kim is not around. So now this is allegedly. This is all coming from sources, from family insider sources. But a family insider has said that the rapper is planning to file for full custody of the West children. The source told The Sun, Kanye wants to go for full custody of the children. People close to him were pretty shocked and have been trying to persuade him not to. But he is adamant that he wants the kids full time. He believes Kim is always away a lot, working and spending time with Pete, and that he'd be a better parent. Kanye thinks the children spend too much time with the nannies and that he'd be around more than Kim. He also has issues with Kim's parenting. He thinks she gives the kids whatever they want, and they are growing up spoiled. But everyone close to Kim knows she is a devoted mother to her children. Of course, the children spend time with nannies, but she is a working mother. The family informant says that Kanye believes that Kim will try to take the children away from him, though he's publicly mentioned wanting to amicably co-parent. Over the past month, the rapper hasn't had it easy. His performance was pulled from the Grammys. He was suspended from Instagram. A petition was created to pull his Coachella performance. And on top of this, he's been going back and forth with D.L. Hughley and Pete Davidson. So what do you all think? Now, there's so many angles going on with this because it's Kanye. If it was somebody else, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's nothing. You have the one angle that this could be a true story. This could be a very, very much so true story that Kanye wants full custody. No doubt in my mind do I think Kanye wants full custody. However, for me, for this to be a true story, that means that Kanye would want to be getting something out of this. And I said, well, what would Kanye want to get out of going to court saying I want full custody, given how he's acted in the public, right? I said, oh, Kanye wants a case. Kanye wants nothing more than a case. Kanye wants to be able to prove himself in the court why he would be a better fit and make Kim prove why she would be a better fit. And I think he wants to use that whole story, whatever it is, whether she's busy all the time and she got 18 nannies, whether she's got them doing things he doesn't agree to. I think he wants to now, instead of making it an issue about being in the divorce, I think he wants to nestle this issue he has with Kim right in there with the custody of the kids. Now, do I think he'll get full custody of the kids? No, I don't think he'll get full custody of the kids. But I do think it's going to spark a conversation. And I think, as we see with every other public documents that come out, folks, we get to dissect it a little bit more. And I think he's looking for that. That's the angle, I think. Then the other thing I thought was, well, maybe what if this is a plant? Like, what if this is somebody, maybe Kanye said, go tell this story so that way the narrative can be that I'm just really trying to be a good father, that I really just want my kids, that the focus is not about me and her being, not together. The focus is really that I want my kids so much that I'm willing to go to court for full custody. Because even me reading that story, I felt sort of a little bit of compassion. Like, look at this man, look at him trying to step into this role and really assert. And so I felt that and I said, oh, okay, you're tugging, what they call tugging on someone's emotions. So be careful. I don't know if this story has legs. I just heard it from The Sun, and I said, let me share with the news crew. So y'all need to keep your ears and your eyes to the ground and be aware that if you do see if you hear him say that he's going to go full custody, 9 times out of 10, it's a reason. It's a really, really good reason. Because I think Kanye knows full darn well that it's going to be a hard battle for him to command full custody of all 4 of their kids. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how did that? And they said that somebody's allegedly persuading him not to, but he's still trying anyways. Like, dude, can we let it go now? Good morning, Kimberly Black. Good morning to you. Top of the morning. Hey, Jawana, top of the morning. Who got paid today? Not me. Morning, Sticks girl. Who is releasing the Kanye custody info? Is it Kim's PR team? Ratings for their failing show. Kanye has publicly made fool himself. He ain't stable. That's what same thing I said, Black. So I said, now this got to be some fake news shit, or this got to be a well-coordinated stunt for the public, because who is going to sit there and say, you know what, Kanye? Yeah, you may have made a music video burying somebody, and that may be your artistic expression. And so, yeah, I think you might be able to, I think there's going to be a lot of examining there. Sorry to say it, but Kanye has done some things that, as we have seen in local news, if Kanye was a regular person, some of the things that Kanye did, what would we be asking? What were the signs? And here we clearly see Kanye West signs. So for me to even know that he thinks he's capable of getting full custody, no, I think something else might need to happen. Kim might need to get fired or something, cut her hair bald. She might need to pull a whole Brittany before you get full custody of them kids. And let me also say this too. Be careful for what you ask for. You don't know the attachment those children have to their mother. I don't care how busy she is or what you perceive of her. Be careful, because North is pretty attached to Kim. And you go and try to pull your oldest daughter away from her mother like that and think it's going to be all rosy, you're going to end up with a Paris Jackson. You're going to end up with someone who's growing up with a lot of, like a lot of inner shit. So be careful, Kanye. I don't think you should turn this and pivot it to a situation about the custody of kids. Hold on, bro. Damn, hold off on that. Like, let's get through the summer, damn it. Hey, Shantae. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Coco. Good morning to you all. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here this beautiful Friday morning. It's 47 degrees here, so it ain't that beautiful, but it's beautiful to be here with you all. Mental issues complete. If you can't co-parent, the likelihood of full custody is not. Hello, like anybody around him would tell him, like, hey, bro, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a win for you. But we're gonna stay tuned. I'm gonna stay tuned. Lord forbid, God forbid. Okay, that's why I gotta always be careful. God forbid that let's just say this does go to court, and Kanye West does proceed with trying to petition a court to get full custody. And let's say for a slim chance that shit does happen, do you know the kind of machine that Kris Jenner will fire up on him? So that's what I'm saying. He should be really, really careful about how he wants to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to be strategic like the Kardashians. You're gonna have to fake like they did something. It's gonna have to be something for you to be able to pull that off. So Kanye, I'm gonna keep paying attention to this. Now, let's get into this next story. So it's funny, y'all. If you've been watching like the King Roman News channel from when I used to do just nothing but for the culture uploads to now, you'll know that during my first time, one person that I always constantly talked about was Boosie. Not that I hated Boosie or anything, but at that point, I never knew that Boosie was so vocal to be such a rapper. And I didn't know Boosie had so many opinions on so many different things. Well, we're back again with Boosie in the news, but it's interesting this time, you all. Boosie and Caitlyn Jenner both agree on the same thing. And now this has caused a huge uproar in the trans community, especially on behalf of Caitlyn Jenner. So let's get into this story. So swimmer, I don't know if heard about the Leah Thomas, the transgender swimmer. She's a trans woman, and she won against a cisgendered woman. And so there was a lot of backlash online. There was a lot of backlash, within the athletic community about whether or not it's okay for a trans woman to compete in the same sport as a cisgendered woman, given, biological, benefactors, things that make you, more athletic than, say a cisgendered woman. So there's been this debate. So you have Boosie come out here, and he's out here saying that the swimmer Leah Thomas, she's a cheater and her ranking is unfair. And so he certainly had a lot to say. And so I want to share just a little bit of what he said, and then I want to share with you what a good old mush face. I ain't gonna call him mush face, but I just don't see it for Caitlyn Jenner. I never did. I felt like it was just really, really I don't like his rollout. I think that's what it was. I don't think it was a good rollout. So let me play this clip for you all. 1 second. Okay, can you see the screen? Can you all see the screen? Come on, come on.
There were.
All right, listen to this, y'all.
Well, recently there was a trans swimmer that went from being ranked 462 as a man to being ranked number one.
I commented on it.
Number one is a female.
You saw
bro. Come on, it's cheating, bro.
All right.
It is cheating, bro.
All right. And if you catch that on the replay, you might not hear exactly what Boosie said because VLAD sometimes wants me to mute their music, mute their video, so you may not catch it. I will drop the link to this video in the description box so you can click on it and go see what we're talking about and come right back to us. So this was very interesting, right? You know, Boosie is very strongly opinionated about how he feels in this sport. So you would assume that Caitlyn Jenner would be on that side as well. Well, Caitlyn Jenner is facing backlash for calling transgender athlete Leah Thomas not the rightful winner in swimming in the swimming championship. And so, these damn screens. Okay. Hold on. All right. And so what's happening now is the first transgender woman to win the NCAA's championship. She was viewed as an inspiration to many, but also garnered a lot of vitriol from others claiming she shouldn't have been allowed in the women's competition to begin with, specifically Caitlyn Jenner. Jenner, who's a fellow trans community member and a former athlete, is one of these people. After Governor Ron DeSantis denounced Leah Thomas winner by tweeting, agreed, the other component is the rightful winner. And Caitlyn Jenner responded, it's not transphobic or anti-trans, it's common sense. So Jenner's show of support for the governor, who had actively fought against gay and trans rights, has drawn the attention of many that disagree with the former Olympic gold medalist, claiming what she said, in fact, is transphobia. The comments on Jenner's tweet range from support to criticism, with one following asking her, why do you always ignore all the times a trans athlete doesn't win? It creates a baffling paradox when you say they give cis women no chance despite them not winning more often than doing so. Now, here's the crazy thing. In Florida, was it in Florida? They've enacted a law, I think it's called the anti-trans legislation. Last year they signed it into law. It's called the Fairness in Women's Sport Act, and its anti-legislation became effective on the first day of Pride Month, banning trans female athletes from competing in public high school and college sports. So Caitlyn Jenner agrees transgender girls in schools should not compete on girls' sports teams. And so you have these two very, very polarizing figures, both Caitlyn Jenner and Boosie, both agreeing on the same thing. Now, it's all about perspective. I can understand Boosie having, sort of having this perspective. That's his perspective. But it baffles my mind that Caitlyn Jenner doesn't show any form of empathy, or at least doesn't appear to want to have a conversation. She's just straight like, no, this is wrong. I don't agree with it. And, you can have your opinion, but the problem is, Caitlyn Jenner, when you first came out here and decided you were going to be trans, the trans community rose up to support you when you were getting bashed, rose the fuck up. And then as time went on, you became bigger than life. And now when you make statements like this, it almost seems as if you are higher than other trans women. Like you're on some, like, I'm way better, and no, the hell hello. Hello. No, you can't do that. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. You're this beacon. That's sort of like me coming out saying, I'm a black man, but I don't think black people should be in executive roles. Huh? Wait, what? You damn right they questioning you. I will question you too. What do you all think about this? If you can't call, are you good at us? Good morning, Honest Row. Hey, Honest Row. Hey, Sophia. Good morning to you. Fantastic. What up? What up? And thank you, Fantastic. I do appreciate you sharing my videos and stuff like that. I appreciate it. That's a tough thing around here. I don't think it's a fair matchup. No, not at all. Oh, you mean the game between the trans woman and cisgender woman on the like female sports? You agree too? Boosie has always got something to say about what someone else should be doing, but don't want to be told what he should do. Did y'all see how he talked to his mother that day? I don't know if I ever played that for you, but his mom called him or something to tell him to get off live or stop talking about something. And he told his mom, shut the F up and get out his chat. I said, okay. Look up the Pennsylvania 20-year-old who avoids a speeding ticket because the patrol officer had another car. She continued. Yes, I saw that. I'm trying to say that for next week. But yeah, I saw that. She looked crazy as hell. She looked so crazy. Bruce Jenner is conservative and believes Bruce is right. It isn't right for women's sports to become a place for men to compete. Introduce a transgender league. Because a trans man is a L against a bio man. I understand what you mean. She tweeted about it moments before. Drunk driving. Yep. He's just always so angry, though. I agree with this stance. See, but you see that, though, right? You can agree with this stance, but it's just the way in which he carries his delivery. Boosie, I half agree, and the other half is annoyed by him. It's a very sticky subject, though. It's going to always be a very sticky subject. Boosie, right, but the wrong platform and messenger. So is it okay for transgender women to participate in men's sports without people judging them also? Boosie is uneducated. Yeah, he doesn't know. That's a good question. Is it fair for a transgender man to compete in male sports? I think it'll be the same issue as trans women competing in cisgender women's sports as well. I think you're gonna face the same sort of issues biologically. Men are stronger than their women counterparts. So a trans man, given whatever intervention treatments they're on, may be slightly stronger. I don't given the sport, so it's always gonna be a sticky subject. But it's always hard when the person who's a part of it, like Caitlyn Jenner, you're a trans woman, at least, give you say it's senseless, but you can't just come out here and say it's not transphobia, it's not hate, it's common sense. Well, wait now, what's common sense about it? You got to be more, because that just comes off as if everything that some people stand for, who are trans women, who are athletic, who want to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? That makes it comes off as if their efforts don't count. Like, you just made a whole bunch of people feel bad. Y'all go on Twitter and look at it. People was japping off on him. Now, Boosie, they're going to jap out on Boosie. Boosie always coming down the LGBTQ community on throat because he just don't want to take the term. But we're always welcoming you. You can't have a seat, but you're welcome to come down. He is very aggressive, but I think the science is still out on this. I feel there should be separate leagues. Everyone's saying that. Sassy, what's going on? Sassy, what's popping? I know you was up too. You had a late one too, Sassy. They should allow the women to use steroids then too. Oh wow, Miss V. Wow, Caitlyn would be the one to speak on it as a former athlete. See, I get that, but you would think that because this is not the first time this came up. This came up before, and it was the same situation. Caitlyn was coming out here making these stance and partnering with people who definitely were anti-LGBT. It's almost like, so we get that's your opinion. You don't think it's right. What about it do you think there's a common ground? Like, where can you see the two coming at play? She never does that. It's always so I'm not trying to defend or go against Caitlyn Jenner, but I certainly don't think that the way she's carrying herself is a good thing. First of all, you're the first Olympic male athlete to become like trans woman in the public like this. So you just dismissing people is always going to be polarizing, especially when it's a polarizing subject. Like you can't think that people aren't going to be mad. They expect you to be down for the down. So I don't know. Six girl. I think that he is the right person, but like Black Swan said earlier, I think it was the wrong platform, and I think it was the wrong message. I think he should have had it. Damn, see what happened when Chris Jenner leave you? He ain't got none of his kudos. He ain't got none of his Lincoln. When it comes to genetics, we are not the same, and these are sports based on strength and body endurance, so it's not fair and balanced. Yeah. Good morning, Cheryl. Hey, how you doing? People act like they want transgender people to disappear. They're not going anywhere, so get used to it. Right, that's true. I mean, and I think that's part of what I'm saying. Like Caitlyn, the problem is not going anywhere. So the solution you gave to the problem by saying it's common sense doesn't change it. It just puts you on another side of the problem. And you as a, let's say, role model, role figure, whatever the hell you think you are, because in my eyes, you ain't know. I got my own outs on him, on on her. I never saw. I just hated the way Caitlyn Jenner came out and was so disrespectful to the LGBTQ community. Like he almost put himself above everybody, and it's like, you don't get your old dust bag ass out of here. I still don't like that. So I think he put himself on the wrong side without leveraging the fact that you can open the doors and have a conversation. Maybe you might be the one that pull people together in a round table and you spearhead a conversation of how this can be something we all work together. Like, what the fuck is wrong? What's wrong with that? Instead of you coming out here siding with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis out of all the people in the world. Like, what? So I think he's just slow in the brain himself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She, yes, they need to let people be free, but it's situations like that anger folks. Yes, it is. I agree with everything T.S. Madison is about. Because they have to fight their way through this world because of ignorant people like Boosie. Absolutely. And now let me just say, let's say T.S. Madison agreed with Boosie. Do I think T.S. Madison would have came out and had the same approach as Caitlyn Jenner? No. And that's what I'm saying. I think T.S. Madison's approach, her approach would have been like, okay, but this is how it came. I think it would have been all about being collective and cooperative and representing her trans women. Like, that's how I feel. I would see her being more so like, wait, what? Like, hold up, now let's have a conversation, as opposed to let me go side with the most fucking conservative governor we have on this subject. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, okay. So that's why I said it the way I said it. And I think, you bring it up, T.S. Madison made a good point. That's exactly how I see it. I am seeing little girls lose their spots to little boys saying they're girls. It is not a fair match. Wow. That's deep. He said that to his mom. Yes. Don't make me pull the video up. He told his mom, shut the fuck up and get out of my chat. My mom on here trying to stop me. This is my shit. I said, oh, okay. We know how it goes in your household. Do you think Jenner is speaking from an athletic perspective? I haven't listened to Jenner, so I'm just wondering. No, I do think the thing is, I do think he is speaking from an athletic perspective. The problem is that I think it's a dead end. I think he's just saying something and he's leaving it as a closed-in subject. It's senseless. Okay, then, so what would the next step be? How would you say we come together? What do you think? What are your thoughts? It's almost like people say, if you don't have nothing constructive to say or nothing to add to it, don't say nothing else. That's how I felt here. I was waiting for like, okay, and the plan is they should think about come together but it was just a moment to do what? Like, it's almost like he missed his purpose to be a catalyst for this conversation. Yes, I agree with Leah not being a proper match against any one of the ladies on the team. To his mom, yeah, you ain't gonna see it though. Transmit ain't gonna do it. I agree. There will be issues on both sides. Maybe it's the fact that I'm a woman and I don't enjoy having conversations about common sense issues. But I feel, Caitlyn, what is there to discuss? A lot of different things. Like, should there be guidelines in terms of equal weight and equal like percentage of body fat, like certain things? Should we start looking more technical at what we deem the criteria to even compete now that we know that we're now opening this up and we're allowing trans women to participate as well, what are the new levels and layers of criteria we should put in place so that this is still it's still equitable, it's still fair, but it allows everyone to participate in an efficient manner. Like, I do think there's things you can put in place. It takes someone to bring that to the conversation to the table. And Caitlyn Jenner, you are conservative and you're a trans woman. You would be a perfect person to sort of spearhead that kind of conversation. And that's what I thought this moment would have been for her. Let me hush. I'm annoyed. No trans man has ever beaten a bio man in physical competition. They end up going back to competing against bio women. Feel that was being messy as per usual in the Black community. Just let him. Oh, gosh, y'all going in. Can't say, man, I never saw it for Caitlyn Jenner. Hey, Dr. Outside April. Good morning. Good morning. If men and women were equal, the leagues would have been intertwined already. Make a trans league. They have looked at the science. They can't account for skeletal muscle and cardiovascular system. Then they have to figure something out. Some would have to be figured out. Like there would have to be something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And honestly, I don't have the answer, but I'm just saying, like, I think that they would have to figure something out in order to make that palatable for parents, because it's going to continue to pop up. Black Swan never thought about the fact that he feels some responsibility. Wow. That's deep. There are biological changes that just will never make it happen. What about that track star that had me gesture? He was running against women. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These issues are going to continue to keep coming up. So, all right. I don't want to drag on this topic any longer, but so this is what's going on. I'm going to stay tuned, keep my ears if there's anybody else that popped their head out. Now, I'm going to see if Caitlyn Jenner turns this around to a win, a positive, but we'll stay tuned. Another update I wanted to update you all. Brittany Griner. I always say Griner. I think it's Griner. But Brittany Griner / Griner met with U.S. consular officers on Wednesday in Russia. She is stated to be in well condition. Griner has been in Russian custody since February 17th for allegedly attempting to bring vape cartridges with hashish oil into the country. They say they're able to verify that she's doing well as can be expected. They'll continue to work closely with her legal team. Now, this is the part that I found to be real interesting. Listen to this, you all. Russian officials were stated to have denied access to Griner, a violation of international law requirements. Griner had kept in contact with her family through her Russian legal representation. Griner is currently in pretrial detainment, which currently has an investigation period that will expire on May 19th. Listen to this now. Russian prosecutors can petition for an additional extension and has up to 18 months before she is brought to trial. Do y'all hear the political play? Basically, if the prosecutors go to court on this, May 19th date, on this May 19th date, and ask for an extension for their extension of their investigation period, they can be granted an extension up to 18 months. So we're looking at possible another year and a couple months of Brittany Griner being in Russia. And them saying that was sort of like almost is gonna happen, given the political environment, given the landscape. But that is crazy to me. The fact that it'll take up to 18 months for them to investigate this situation when we clearly know there's nothing there at all. And even as I look at this more, finding out that women in the WNBA make the most money in Russia, almost 4 times what they make in America, $1 million almost to play a game, compared to in America they say it's little less than $250,000. She was over there getting a bag and got caught up in this mess. So do I think Brittany will be out anytime soon? No. Do I think there's a high potential of the court granting another extension? Yes. I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to feel like that, but I feel like what's going on in the world is definitely gonna hurt her. Now, if you didn't hear what I said, she had been cut off from her legal representation in Russia. They cut all contact, so she couldn't even talk to the folks over in the States. Then they finally reinstated that back up. But they're still holding her, keeping her in detainment. She's all well. She's in good health. The question is what will they find in their investigation, and how much leniency she'll be afforded in this situation? Because this happens to people, and trust me, she's not the first or the last. But given what's going on in the world, she's definitely going to be made an example of. So it sucks. It is a weird position to be in. It really is. What about the track star? He had me heated. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I do remember when it was a female track star that was competing as well. I remember that. Bruce Jenner is an oxymoron, uber conservative while spinning a tale of the LGBT. That's probably why I'm always like, okay, you can be conservative and you can be gay. No one says you can't. But don't forget, while being conservative, you also are gay. Like, while you're protecting your conservative rights, you should also be looking at your gay rights, your LGBTQ rights. While you're also advocating for the rights of your conservative constituencies, you should also be advocating for your own rights, the rights that affect you and people who are like you. And I always look for those undertones, and that's why I started this by saying, Caitlyn Jenner. So what is the next conversation? Do you hold a town hall? How do you move this forward? Remember, you wanted to be a correspondent for CNN, and then that went to the wayside. So maybe this could be you picking it back up, child. I don't see that either. They are going to hold that lady until the war is over. Yes, Kimberly Black. Yeah, hey Cobra. Good morning to you. Yes, Kimberly Black. She is going to be held until Russia pulls out of Ukraine, or there's some sort of negotiation on the table. Frankly, Russia's probably holding Brittany, among other, let's just say that she is one of many Americans probably being detained over there that we've probably over the years been trying to have released. So remember the whole bigger picture, right? She's probably one of just many. And I'm sure there's many folks that the government, U.S. government, is closely tied to, that they've been trying to have released as well. So she's probably someone else in the mix as well. So I'm sure that if they couldn't, release some other folks in Russia, given all of this time, my chances of her coming out anytime soon is definitely slim. Especially we're now about to help Europe pull out of Russian oil. We're inserting ourselves in ways that definitely is going to impact us. Now, do I think we should insert ourselves in certain ways? Yes. Do I think we should be helping Europe pull off of Russian oil? No. That's, you figure out a plan. When now we here trying to figure out if we're gonna dig up gas or we finna start these pipelines again that we said no was an environmental hazard. But given Russia, we're now about to, we're reconsidering all of these things. And you want to go and help Europe figure out how they're gonna back out of it? No, Germany over there, Poland, you got a lot of people over there they need to be sitting and having conversations with. Hell, like, that's not the conversation I think Biden should be having. That's not what I want to hear you having. I certainly, after hearing about the talks, don't want to hear that, we're going to, I don't know. So absolutely agree that she's the face of the political war. Good morning, Blue Rain. Thank you for being here. She definitely has a battle head. Yes. And a Netflix special. That's what I was gonna say. Brittany Griner is gonna come out of this a much more celebrated and successful person before she went into this. And Joanna, thank you so much. I appreciate the super sticker this morning. Thank you. Good morning to you. Thank you. This a long war. So Brittany is staying where she is. My country has issues in our own backyard. I can care about foreign policies that don't affect me. Exactly. That's why I was saying, like, the foreign policies that I do care about, like he just basically said, we're going to take in 100,000 refugees out of the 1.3 billion who have surfaced in Europe. Cool. That's a great humanitarian effort on behalf of the United States of America. That, that's cool. Do what we can to help folks. But when we start talking about helping other countries and their public utilities, and we have our own issues, I go off the fucking rails. And I'm not trying to change the subject real quick, but one thing that came up yesterday was, I don't know if you heard, Senator Bernie was down at Congress telling them, why are we giving Jeff Bezos $1 billion to go to Mars to do some testing for us on his Blue Origin rocket, when we need money in our own country to do several other things? And so Bernie went off, and Bernie was like, y'all need to snatch that money from him. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's so many different things that we could be doing, putting our money towards, but instead we're seeing other things. So yeah. Damn, we went way off on the tangent. But Brittany Griner, that's what we were on. Brittany Griner. I will keep my eyes and my ears to the ground with you all. Anything I find out, I'll let you know. I'll post to the community wall. I'm gonna keep my head up for her. I know it's tough, but you're gonna have to wait this one out, and I hope you're being treated really, really well. All right, this next story is very interesting to me, like how 80 mil went to Ukraine. And then you got to look at what it's for, right? So when they broke down what we're sending over to Ukraine, and I think wasn't it 80 billion, or wasn't it in the billions, or 1 or 2 billions? We're the bulk of the money that we're sending is going to economic recovery. The next bulk, I think, is defense, and then the next bulk is humanitarian aid. And now we can't directly support them in terms of defense, so our defense would be masked under things like helping neighboring countries provide access. It's always going through a backdoor. So when we saw the breakdown of those monetary dollars, I started looking at them. I'm like, oh, okay. So I definitely see what we're doing. We're trying to help them maintain their independence, but we're propping them up at the same time. And I said, you know what happens? A slippery slope. We do it year 1. Then year 2 is going to be even worse, because after a war, year 2 and 3 after a war is the worst years. Economic recovery goes all the way down. So I just not want to go on a tangent, because me and my friend be talking about this shit all the time. But yeah, I was looking at that shit like, are you kidding me? Biden said he's going to give us Californians a $400 check to recover from the high gas prices. Sir, that's a week's worth of gas. Yeah, listen. So that's funny you say that, because we have all of these conservative governors now talking about they're going to, in their states, create these tax-free days, tax-free incentives for gas. How the price that you see at the gas pump is inflated by a certain percentage. I want to say maybe 8 cents or 9 cents, which is the tax on gas. And it's really charged to the owner-operator, and owner-operator shifts the cost to us as consumers. And so we see it on the back end. So they're saying they're going to take that off. I said, you think that's going to cause a huge dent? You think it's going to cause that's like your employer saying, hey, I'm going to give you a 1 to 2 to 3% raise. Okay. That's what, like $6, $7, $8. So it ain't like it's going to be significant, but it shows that they're trying their hardest. And so I laughed. I'm like, what you going to take? 50 cents off the gas? You going through all this legislation, you writing all of this shit, y'all having all of these meetings to save me 50 cents. Please, by all means, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. So you have some states who are not even looking at this as a possible tax relief, because this tax dollars on gas brings in a lot of money, and sometimes that money funds education in states. You never know. So I don't think it's going to be everywhere, but I do think that they're going to start trying to do this. So y'all be careful, because you may feel like it's going to be something major, but it's really not. When you look at it, 13.6 billion emergency aid and humanitarian aid package for you. I knew it was in the billions. 13.6 billion. 13.6 billion. Wow. Why are we still wearing masks? Why are people in the U.S. mainly black with sewage water in their homes? Wherever. Whoa. Why are we still wearing masks? So you don't want to wear the mask. So instead of making America great, Biden, the American president, is going to make Ukraine great. You can't make this stuff up. It's all bullshit. I think a lot of Americans are coming to the same sentiment with this. I think we all are. God lay his hands on Biden. All right, let's move to this next story. Bring it back to celebrity news. All right, Brandy. So Brandy is being sued by her ex-housekeeper who claims she was fired over her age. And I said, not Brandy, not Miss Brandy, who faced not Brandy, but according to TMZ, a lawsuit has been filed against Brandy by her former housekeeper who alleges she was fired in February because of her age. The unidentified housekeeper accuses the singer of no longer wanting an older caretaker. She claims to be over 60 years old. The housekeeper is seeking $250,000 in damages after allegedly failing to pay for her last 2 days of work and never allowing her to take legally required breaks. Now, this is the shit that got me. She allegedly earns $125 per day cleaning up Brandy's Calabasas home for the last 20 years. So Brandy's rep responded by saying, "We disagree and will have further comments after we speak with our lawyers." Now, if you don't remember, back in, when was this? Back in January, Brandy and her stylist were sued by fashion designer LB Mom Tove over the alleged disappearance of a $45,000 ring. Mom Tove claims Thomas asked on behalf of Brandy to borrow some clothes and jewelry for her appearance at the upcoming American Music Awards, and that Mom Tove gave them some outfits and stuff and gave them a ring, but when it came time to return the stuff, she only returned the outfits and did not return the 18 karat gold ring. Brandy claims she didn't wear anything from Mom Tove to the AMAs, and the above photo taken at the award show may support her argument because the ring is not on her hand at the award show. So Brandy out here getting the girls. Brandy out here getting them. What got me the most was, Brandy, you pay $125 a day for your cleaning service. I imagine you got a huge place for the last 20 years. That's what you've been paying. That's like minimum wage for a cleaning lady. That's an hourly rate. Like, you typically pay about, depending on who you got, 75 to 150 bucks an hour to come through and clean your place. You paying 125 a day? Girl, you running a slave camp. What the fuck, Brandy? What's going on? What's and why you got to get rid of her because she's 60? What? I need to hear more to this story. Do I believe it? See, here's the thing. I did think that this story had legs when I first believed it, and it could still quite possibly be true. But what happened was I continued reading the story, and it told me about the other lawsuit that Brandy was in the beginning of the year. And it made me think like, could this be a setup? Because the picture of Brandy at the American Music Awards does not show her having any 18 karat gold ring on. But Mom Tove claims that she had a ring. So is Mom Tove and the lady who sued her, are y'all all in cahoots? I don't know. Do you know there's the housekeeper? I don't know. I'm always double guessing and second looking at these stories. But I'm very shocked by Brandy's response, and the fact that that's what she's paying her cleaning lady, and the fact that I hope it's not an age discrimination complaint, because you are one of the most, you out of anybody should understand what it feels like to be aged out of something. Just how the industry aged you out of R&B. They surely did, because I never thought your time came, but I feel like your look and what you were doing, sort of aged you out of the industry. So, good luck on that. We're paying over $7 a gallon for premium out here. Woo, baby, in California. Damn, $7. Shit. They need more than the tax relief out there. I'm telling you, they might need to give y'all free gas, like half off. Like, you can load up half and then we pay the rest. Like, for real, we might need to meet. Can you meet me in the middle? Go senior sit. No, seriously. Good morning, Risa. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, please hit the like if you can. Housekeeper said, "Don't count me out." Okay, who is releasing these stories to TMZ? Being unidentified and putting out dirt like this makes me side the bringer of the story. Look, we will be on the same thing. I'll be sitting looking like, no, I can't fault Brandy because you let her get away with paying you $125 a day for the last 20 years. 20 years. I'd have had to stop Brandy after the second year. Like, all right, now I done been around this house. You're gonna have to come up with a little bit more money. Hey, Carrie. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning to you. It's the age discrimination for me. It really is. You'd be shocked to realize that when these people don't go to court first, I see set up, especially when it's negative news about Black people. So she is going to court. She's suing. She says she wants her last paycheck, and she's seeking $250,000 in damages. So now Brandy got it. Brandy's still sitting off royalties from her old shit. She got it. She got it. Yes. Good morning. Does the housekeeper live in the house? If so, it evens out. Yeah. It was a in-home housekeeper. Mm-hmm. Surely was. All right. So I don't know if you all caught the video. I posted it to my page because I thought it was beautiful and funny at the same time. So Cory Booker took his little moment to shed a little bit of love onto Supreme Court Judge nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. I just love her last name. And I just want you all to check out his video. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. He is not my favorite of anything. I just feel like he has no personality. You know those people who just look like they just want to joke all day long. You just like, look,
LGBTQ
America. I don't got no time for that shit. He looks like that. He looks like he gives me all I want to do is joke all day long.
Women to Seneca, hidden figures.
So, can you all see it? Why do I always do this? So I want you all to check this out, and then I'm gonna show you what her response was.
LGBTQ Americans, from Stonewall women to Seneca, hidden figures who didn't even get their play until some Hollywood movie finally talked about them and how they were critical.
Now you know you was reaching.
All of
you was reaching.
Loved America, and so you faced insults here that were shocking to me. Well, actually, not shocking. But you are here because of that kind of love. And nobody's taken this away from me. So you got 5 more folk to go through. 5 more of us. And then you can sit back and let us have all the debates. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a well-charted Senate floor because it's not going to stop. They're going to accuse you of this and that. Heck, in honor of your person who shares your birthday, you might be called a communist. But don't worry, my sister. Don't worry. God has got you. And how do I know that? Because you're here. And I know what it's taken for you to sit in that seat. Harriet Tubman.
Oh, hell. See? That's when I got lost.
Because the more I read about this person, the more...
This one, you know,
viciously,
he was doing a lot.
Her whole life, she used to fall into spells, cracked skull. She faced starvation, chased by dogs. And when she got to freedom, what did she do? Did she rest? No, she went back. Again and again and again. The sky was full of stars.
He just want to get up and just dance and shoot. I don't like jokey people.
For better
like
days, not just
like
for
they
her
just want to be goofy all
and those
the time.
people that were enslaved, but a harbinger of hope for this country. And she never gave up on America. She fought led troops in the Civil War. She was involved in the suffrage movement. And as I came back from my run, after being near assaulted by someone on the street, I thought about her and how she looked up. She kept looking up. No matter what they did to her, she never stopped looking up. And that star, it was a harbinger of hope. Today, you're my star.
Here we go.
You are my harbinger of hope. this country is getting better and better and better. And when that final vote happens and you ascend onto the highest court in the land, I'm going to rejoice. And I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, will be better because of you.
No, see, I was with him. Then he got to speaking, and when he threw in there Hidden Figures, I damn near fell out. It's like not every moment. I'll always be saying this. Like not every moment is about that. You know what I'm saying? Like just give her flowers and move on. He made this become a whole spiritual. We on the train mode. She knew what it was serving. She knew those folks was the Republicans were solely there to ask her about her philosophical ideologies. Anyone knows a judge cannot add their philosophies to anything. So they kept asking her questions about it. What are your stances on this, child sex abuse or women, classifying women, all these different things. And she kept saying, I put those things to the side. In a nutshell, I don't debate those things. I don't talk about those things. We have to look at the facts. I take my recommendations from a myriad of people, not just the government, probation officers, various folks. They couldn't see that. And so then, everyone's doing all of this. Then you got some Dems supporting her, backing her up. Every time they would take her low, a Democrat will come up and then, try to build her back up. So you did say that, right? And, build her narrative. And then we get to Cory Booker. And we get the woe is me sort of champion speech. We done been beat down and whoa, and Jesus gonna come. And I was sitting there looking like, I just was hoping for Obama to come through the room. I was just hoping like that. I was just hoping, but it was good. It was good. She needed that. She needed that kind of energy, whether it was what he said or not. She needed that energy. She shed one little tear down her eyes. You can tell it really, really meant something to her. So that was good. So they're scheduled to go on vote April 4th. That's 2 Mondays from now. And if she is selected, voted upon, confirmed, she'll be the first Black woman to sit on the Supreme Court justices. So we all keep our hands tied. Now it's all up to the behind the scenes conversations, the finagling, the whips, both the whips, the Democratic whip and the Republican whip, getting people together on the same page. For the most part, I think both Republicans and both Dems, they both are in support of her. I think what we see now are the outliers, the Ted Cruzes of the world who want to just bring up anything. The Lindsey Grahams of the world who agreed with you 5 years ago. He was all there when you were being confirmed as a federal judge, actually agreeing that you were great. And now we're here where he's questioning every fucking thing, and having these vague opinions about things that aren't relevant to what the hearing is supposed to be about, your qualifications, your credentials, not the cases you've tried and the outcomes, given the fact that every case is different and every case has a different record. Now they want to bring the probation record into the Congress room. So it was a big fucking mess. She stood her ground. Her responses were so eloquent. She spoke articulate. She was very articulate. It couldn't fuck with her. So, and again, for those reasons, I think both folks from both sides of the aisle see something good in her. And I think it'll be hard for, because they may try to make it a point of, the Republican nominees didn't get as much backlash. You're not getting as much backlash as the Republican nominees, and I don't think it's fair. And they're all heavily qualified. And I just want to make sure, it's not a race thing. And it's like, as much as you want to say it's not a race thing, the fact that you had to say that means that the race card is somewhere in this room. It's somewhere. Whether you're letting me know it, I know it's somewhere in the room, So I think she's familiar with dealing with it. Again, when we talked about her a long time ago, we learned that she's married. She has a white husband, with white friends, people who are probably high up. So she's not used to dealing with white men. So why would race now be an issue? Are you saying that because you're trying to change the narrative in the public? Because you can. And that's why I said it'll be very difficult for a Republican senator to go out and say, no, I'm not in support, because then it'll tarnish and taint that senator's public standing. You never know who likes her and who doesn't. So, right, it's really, really a tough battle for them to walk. It'll be interesting to see who votes for her and who doesn't. I think that'll be telling. Yeah, I think it'll be telling. Let me see what you all say. Let's see. My granny was a housekeeper. She had her own small house on the property. They also bought her car. She was paid to go on all vacations with the family. Yeah, I think it was one of those kind of deals. Cory Booker is about as interesting as watching paint dry. This is extra, and I can't stand. He is extra, baby, extra. I'm sitting there looking like, Cory, out of everything you said, and you going all the way back to Harriet Tubman. I mean, you was digging. You had he talked about his own. When I was getting mugged and I would look up and see my grandma, you were my moment of hope and inspiration. I'm like, hey, if you don't get the fuck out of here and go to Disney with these stories you are telling, you have a talent, honey, and it's not right here. It's in somebody's studio writing this shit down, because this is unbelievable. It's unheard of. You got he got a script, and I tell you, it looked like he just want to get up and go, hey guys. Like every time I see him, he just play with his thumbs and want to be, hey guys. I don't know. He just gives me very much so corn, like corn, very corn. He will always get a side eye from me, right? Me too. It's like, you can't make the macaroni and cheese. No, thank you. You can come eat it though, but you go buy a loaf of bread. I don't know. Good morning, S Dukes. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. Harriet said, leave her out. Harriet said, what I got to do? Harriet said, now what I got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? And I always think, what I think about y'all? It was something that was talked about last night on Jay Wilson's Live. I always think about the long-term effect of anything I do. So I would have been thinking about, okay, this is my historic moment where I'm down here talking. What points could I drive home? I would have threw in police brutality against Black men as a reason why we need to make the Supreme Court more diverse, so that we can elicit a lot of opinions from America. And that's why you will fit this great role. I would have solicited a lot of emotions from the public using the issues that are relevant to the public. The fuck you talking about Harriet Tubman, hidden figures, and the plight of the LGBTQ community? What are we doing? I know y'all got money for a script writer, but that's what you chose to say? Okay. He could have been like, we're looking as a woman in America, given the Me Too movement and all of these different things. It's great that we're sitting here today adding another woman, a woman of color, to the justices and even considering it. I think it's time. I think it's well overdue. You didn't go there. You went down the street and up to the Arab in the corner in the liquor store talking about the plight, my plight, and the hidden agenda, the hidden figures. That shit threw me all off. I when I posted it to my my page, it's because I started laughing. I said, oh hell no, we got to get this shit. Somebody has to see him in this light. And I just thought he was gonna bust out and just go, it's me. I kept saying, if that man gets up and do one skip, if he does one fucking skip, I'm gonna call the Internal Affairs Investigation Bureau at the government, because he needs to be investigated. It's wild how those senators are cutting up. She's literally the most qualified out of all the Supreme Court justices, and they confirmed her several times in prior position. Thank you. That was the thing, Risa. You motherfuckers have confirmed her for federal positions several times throughout her career. You've seen her, work with her. Hell, she was working with Trump on some shit. We even uncovered that and found that out. We was like, oh wow, she did that with Trump. That was about the it was about commutating sentences or something, and she was an advocate for it. And then she was an advocate against something Donald Trump wanted to do, which was he didn't want people to testify in his office against something, and she said no, technically they have to, and he didn't like that. And so So that's I'm sitting here thinking like you're not looking at somebody who don't know how to walk the line. You're not looking at somebody who don't know how to put their own opinion aside. Clearly, she's a judge. Clearly, she said that. You're trying to get her philosophical ideas out. She's telling you you're not gonna get it. It's not gonna happen. They're supposed to. Can you imagine if she'd have came out here and said, let's just say, for example, they were asking her, do you know how to do, what do you define a woman as? And she said, yeah, I know how to define a woman. A woman is, she said her reasoning. Can you imagine what would have happened in the news cycle and to her confirmation hearing? So she said exactly what she should have said. She said, no, well, since we're here, I don't know what we're talking about. I'm not a biologist. I don't know. It's given on what we're talking about. You're asking me, can I define a woman? In what context? Are we talking about here in the room? Yes, she's a woman. She's a woman. I was like, girl, I'm learning. I was taking note. Like, God, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed her. So you're right. One of the most qualified. The best dramatic actor award goes to Jussie and Cory. Baby, can you imagine Jussie and Cory takes the city? That would be a cute show. Now he just bluntly lying. Greatest country. Did you see Harry Tubman would never support this woman? She ain't for black people. Uh-oh. The Senate is nothing more political theater. Political theater at its best. She already has the job. This is just a dog and pony show. I agree. Good morning, Caitlin. Good morning. I'm so confused that she would define what a woman is, and she's a woman. I guess she really wants that seat. No, but it was just basically what they were trying to do, because the conversation leading up to that was about the rights of cisgender women compared to the rights of trans women. And so the trigger would have been, can you define a woman? They didn't say biological woman. They just said, can you define a woman? And given the fact that she's in this setting and we're talking about her confirmation hearing, I think she responded in the best way possible, which was no. And then after that, she followed up, I need more context. It's sort of like, what context are we talking about? I need more. You can't just put that in front of me. And that's how judges have to think. You can't just say, I'm going to bring you some wood tomorrow. No, you got to put more to it. What kind? What is this? And so that's how I think she answers the question. Now, do I think she knows what a woman is? Yes, I think she knows exactly what a woman is. Now, do I think she has her own values and has her own morals and stuff like that? Absolutely. Every judge does. Do I think for the sake of her job, she knows how to separate those and only apply facts and law and facts and law? Yes, I can hear it in her voice. She was saying little things about her own self that I was like, oh, I can tell she's this kind of person, as opposed to this kind of person. So no, I don't think that she didn't know. I just felt like she had to answer it as best as possible. When you have all those reporters, you're being confirmed for a lifetime position. Any one thing you could say could mess this up, and I was seeing her mom sit behind her, just, moving her head, proud of her daughter. I'm like, she gotta be very careful. One thing I was like, you lying, was when, the lady from a Hawaii, she was like, well, what do you do to be in your time to be creative? I think it's always great to be creative and have another creative space. And so she was like, I knew she was going to say this shit. I kept saying, please don't fucking say you so. Please don't fucking say you so. What did she say? So I just think I'm knitting about a year ago. My mom was something my mom did, and I always wanted to do something on. I said, that's a carefully crafted statement. I definitely believe they said that this will be neutral. It's soft. It adds your mom into it, so it can't be salacious. I think it's a lot. I think it may be a combination of reading. And then when you ask, well, what are you reading? And then you give a book title, and that becomes messy. So I think this was the safest thing for her to say was sewing. But I imagine that as a judge, her creative outlet has to be something dealing with being challenged. Like mental people, it's weird, but being creative for them is like is being challenged. I don't know why, but it's like, it's not, relaxation for them is simply that. But being creative, I think it needs to be, it's ignited by a challenge. So I I was wondering, like, oh, okay, that's all you do. You don't go running down the street. You don't go to the casino. You don't do nothing else. You knit. All right, I'll take it. I will take it, and I might start using that. She already let's see where we at. Cory Booker reminds me of Kamala Harris. Oh my God. I see now, if he would have been president, we all would have been sitting here looking like, here we go. And Tiffany Haddish, time to take the donuts. Everyone have a good day. Cash App and Bullshit, thank you for coming through. You have a good one too. Thank you so much. Thank you. As a biological woman, it is very telling that she wouldn't define biological woman versus other. The non-black husband is a side eye. Not defining a biological woman is a huge red flag. She did right with her biological woman comment. It was definitely a trap, Reese. It was definitely a trap. If you don't know a trap when you see it, she definitely followed that up right. She did. Baby, can you see him? Jussie on the one side, Cory on the other side of the car. Now, we already know Jussie likes to ride in the car throughout the city of Chicago, smoking a blunt. So I can see them two filming the show in the car, just riding around, goofing. If she was trying to be clever, she would have broken down the difference between a biological one versus the other. Then that would have been even more of a slippery slope. That's why she said, I'm not a biologist. I'm not that kind of person. So, the Supreme Creator is truly disgusted with these inhumane humans. She knows exactly what a woman is. That was a trap. Yep, based on environment. It ain't rocket science. That is why I love R.K. Rowling. She's out fighting for biological women's rights. Anyone with common sense knows that women don't knit. Nothing about her says maternal or loving. Well, she did not give me the impression that she was a knitter. I'm sitting here looking like, really? Because knitting takes a certain level of patience, and I just don't see her having that mental patience to just sit there and not be challenged. Shit, just me. So I thought that was interesting. I thought it was a great show of support on his behalf, although I just feel like Cory Booker is straight out of a Tyler Perry movie. He would be perfect as the next lead male role in a Tyler Perry movie. I kid you not. I kid you fucking not. All right, so what's next? R. Kelly. So you all, guess what? News crew, guess what, news crew? I don't know if y'all saw my wall, my community wall, but last night I'm over there chilling, all in Kimmy chat and shit. Like, what? This shit is juicy. Juicy, right? And then I get a little ding on my phone, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? And so the folks what's the website name? God damn it. Ricky Smiley Show had put the video that I have uploaded to my channel. Now it's not like it's my personal it's not like it's me singing. But I took the clip and I uploaded it to my channel, and lo and behold, it was uploaded to their channel. So this is what the hell R. Kelly sings to an inmate's daughter over phone. And you scroll down, and then they have, our little video right here, and folks click on it or whatever. And then so I'm looking, I see this on my phone, and then all of a sudden I see my video go up to 1,000 views. And I said, what? Same time that happened, I'm over here texting away in the middle of a conversation, and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, this shit is nuts. So this is the second time it's happened to us. It happens the first time with the Chicago news story. Remember, I did the Chicago crime story, and that was shared. And so this was shared too. So I was very excited about that. I was very happy about that. Just to even get some little exposure. We always talk about getting our stuff shared just within the YouTube world. Well, it's even great, even much better, even more better, to have your stuff shared outside of the YouTube world where it's a direct link coming back to your channel. So shout out to y'all for motivating me to feel comfortable uploading little clips and not thinking that was less of me. Like, I'm telling you, when I really open up the shell to feel comfortable with my channel, I'm just doing things that I like and that I think y'all will like. And so because I respect y'all so much, and because I feel like we have this very, it's cool, that's why I just said, let me upload this and share this with you all. So in my connection to you all wanting to do that, this is what happened. So thank you again. I feel like you all motivate me. I'm gonna keep doing clips, I guess. Okay. As long as they don't get taken down or anything like that, we're gonna keep putting clips up and keep drawing folks in. I guess this is part of the organic way you're growing on as a YouTuber, you know, sort of getting your links out there, having other people click them, having other people come to your channel. So it ain't just a thank you or a congratulations or that's what's up, Roman. To me, that's a what's up to y'all, because I wouldn't be motivated to do shit like this. I'm telling you, if I didn't feel the feedback and response from y'all. So that's all love. So my win is a win for y'all. I'm telling y'all, y'all are making a whole motherfucking content creator over here. I'm telling y'all. So all right, let's get into this. So I hope y'all watched the video because it was hella interesting. Let me see if it will. No, it won't. Of course, it won't play here. All right. So I hope you all got a chance to see the video. The only thing I did and I felt bad about was I labeled the video "Inmate R. Kelly Sings to Cellmate's Daughter." Now, I didn't think it was rude or anything. I just felt like, damn, did you have to say inmate? I said, damn, did you have to call him inmate? I said, well, I was figuring, like, if people Google R. Kelly, let me at least have jail words around it. Inmate, prison. I almost put trade, prison trade, R. Kelly. But anyways, check this clip out and we're going to come back and talk about it.
I wanted to ask you something. Can you sing a song for me?
Which one?
Love Letter. Did you get my call?
Girl, he know what you was asking for. Girl.
Yes, thank you.
Oh shit. Girl, now, baby, y'all in them comments had me rolling. Somebody said, thank God he's in jail. He can't be around their daughter. And somebody dropped under the comments, well, he's in jail. He shouldn't have to worry about it. The only thing he worried about is commissary and butt protection. And then I had somebody down some he need buddy protection. And so he probably was making a phone call that ensures he got butt protection and commissary for a couple of years. I was like, y'all are doing a lot. But that had me rolling. Now, what do I think about it? I feel like it was a good deed. I don't think there was any malice to it or not. Just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Not say imagine yourself in jail, but just imagine yourself locked up with someone, whether y'all got stuck in the elevator for a bunch of hours and it was a famous person like R. Kelly. You better be damn right I'm pulling out my phone like, hey, you want to call my mom just to sing a song to her? You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a moment for the cellmate. Butt protection and commissary, maybe commissary, but I don't think that R. Kelly, given why he's in jail, I don't think that people are approaching him like that in jail. But I don't know. You never fucking know. I'm not saying this is 100% true. I'm just saying the optics of it. I just feel like people are probably more so like curious as to him being an artist. What does he know about the game? But I don't see him in there getting peed on. I don't know. I don't see him getting peed on. I don't know. We can have a conversation about it, but I don't know. I don't see that. So that was, I just was like, well, okay. Let's see. She definitely does not come across as a knitter. Okay, knit what? You should have saw me. I'm like, why can't I be down there at the damn hearing? I got the questions. I'd have been in the room in the back. What you knitting, girl? What you knitting? And she's like, I'm just, I've been working and it's just, I've been doing it for a while now. And so, I've just been knitting. And I'm sitting thinking like, you knitting? That's what you're doing? That I instantly started thinking the opposite, like, oh, she got to be doing something else. That R. Kelly snip on the phone singing, baby. Yes, that shit was funny as hell. Why he would want that creep singing to his daughter? So the daughter is much older, though, by the way. She's not like a little girl. She's an adult with children. even though it sounded like she's a little girl and she looked like she was a little girl, she's actually a grown ass woman. You gotta watch it again. A grown woman. Yes, thank you, Brick Girl. Thank you. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning. It was good running into you last night, and I appreciate you for your support, for real. Unwarranted, unsolicited, just straight up support. Thank you. Thank you, Sticks Girl. Yes, thank you, Miss V. Thank you, Kimberly Black. Thank you. It was a shock for me in the midst of everything going on. I'm like, oh shit. So I went to the video and I made sure if you click on the last video, it links to another video on the channel so people can, fall in love with the channel, stay over for a bit. So hopefully, I'll start doing more of this. And now I reached out to the person who wrote that article. Like, hey. So thank you, Brick Girl. I overslept. That's why I got her at 7. Funny how 30 years in prison time later, parents are still bringing their daughters to R. Kelly, aka the Pied Piper. Stop it. She was an all-grown woman. Oh my God. So the impression I'm getting is any woman that deals with R. Kelly needs to be 60 plus. Like, had the lady had a walker and she was calling R. Kelly, would that have been okay? I can see the titles now. Grandmother calls. R. Kelly sings to grandmother from Cell. Like, y'all are making it not safe for R. Kelly to be around any woman. And this is not right. It's not right. Yes, peace, love. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm proud of you too. Proud of you too. Mm-hmm. Child. Damn of all songs. But he didn't know what she wanted. That's why she had to sing it. Can I get you? He's like, oh, okay, that one. It's been a while. That man don't remember a lot of these songs. And that's one thing I learned about artists. A lot of times when we go to their concerts, we want them to perform early music that's not mainstream. They don't forgot half the lyrics. They be like, that's why I be selected songs that are mainstream from the earlier years that they know the lyrics to and they got it down pat. It don't be none of them deep cuts off the album. You be like, wait, I want to hear that song. That's what happened to me with Lauryn Hill. It was like she performed everything else. I'm like, damn, bitch, they done bought your music too. You can't perform it live. It's horrible. Inmate is accurate. Okay, right. That's why I was like, and I felt bad. It's all on Ricky Smiley's site and it say Inmate R. Kelly. I said, nah, this is embarrassing. Why are you calling that man Inmate? I said, it is what it is. You gotta wear your title someday. Okay, you gotta just throw that bitch on. So I mean, look, how appropriate a love letter from prison, baby. It was like cooning for commissary. Stop. Oh my God. So he is turning D-Block chicks with somebody's daddy. Oh my God, y'all really think this man in there getting not? Where did the phone come from? You thought it was genius. The girl, she had it on TikTok, and somebody, this news source that I got now from Twitter that I got on direct follow, like any tweets they put out, I instantly come to my phone because they be leaking mad clips. They be leaking mad new shit. And so it hit quickly and I grabbed that shit. I screen recorded and put it up. Now she called her dad and her dad must have called her because his number was on her screen as it was rolling. And I'm mad that she got her dad labeled in her phone prison. I said, damn. Or maybe it's because anytime that number calls, it's the prison phone. I don't know. Yes. Can you all please take a moment to hit the like button? Thank you so much. This R. Kelly legacy in the age of the internet, singing to the cellmate's daughter from a prison phone. Oh, thank you, peace. You have a good one. I didn't know you were in there, promise. It got 1.2 views on it. Yeah, that it caught me off guard last night. I said, oh shit. So I'm definitely gonna keep trying to feed them some clips so they can share in their site. Who not? I'm gonna follow it right up the line. Who else needs something? That's right. The moments ain't safe. If R. Kelly around, maybe he called from prison. Hey baby, you want to hear something? Come on, Kelly. Come on. Sing to her. Say, man, I don't be doing all that now no more, man. I don't know. No, man, I don't do all of that now. I can see it now. But it was good. I tell you this, she definitely got her 10 minutes of fame. She used that little clip to really get herself some fame, get her a little bit of fame. She got it. She knew it was gonna happen when you put it out there. So kudos to her and her dad. I hope she got enough to get them like boxes of cereal and shit, or whatever food snacks that they can't get in jail normally. I always go to cereal, like they don't eat, because I always, whenever I don't see like box of Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops and shit. I always see like cold grits. So I always be like, get them some cereal. All right, what's the next story? Damn. Oh, now do y'all remember when I talked about anal condoms? Now they have male birth control pill expected to begin trials this year after promising mice research. Like, are you kidding me? Are we here now in the world, y'all? Like, before I even get into this story, are we here where we're now coming up with male birth control pills? Like, are we here? But I had to share it. I had to tell y'all about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So apparently, it's been showing promising signs from the University of Minnesota. A student and a team of researchers have been working on this treatment on a daily basis for 4 weeks, ultimately finding that the pill showed 99% effectiveness in terms of pregnancy prevention. And what it does is it plummets the sperm count of subjects for up to 6 weeks without side effects. And so they're hoping to launch human trials later this year, but they're making it very, very clear that it's always hard. It's always been hard to get past the human trials, not because the tests and stuff have failed, but because the to get it approved by the Federal Drug Administration has always been issued, because they've always expressed concerns about the safety. So they're hoping that this becomes something that they pass. This is dangerous. 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 I will say this and mark my words. If there is a male birth control, I don't forgot the word that quick. If there's a male birth control that hits the market, I promise you the amount of female birth control on the market will decrease. I bet you it's gonna go like this. I bet you that. I bet you if a product on the market has that ability to drop the sperm count almost 99% for up to 6 weeks, trust me, that will be a trade-off. That's gonna be a huge trade-off. Now, it doesn't mean that you got to stop wearing condoms, because you can still catch something. But in terms of getting someone pregnant and thinking that this is going to be helpful, I see this being somebody moving the coast on this. Ain't it though? I got some good one too. Stop it. Bring girl, about time. About time. Kelly was on standby at the prison phone, starting for snacks. Oh, shut up. So you talking about every time somebody comes to the booth, he's standing right there. What you want me to do? What you got? What you got? You ain't right. Yes, baby. Male birth control pills. Okay. You have a great day too, Risa. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, I get it. Yes. Y'all ain't gonna take them. I know now. Is birth control an everyday pill? Like, how does birth control work? Is it an everyday pill or just once after you have sexual relations? I'm sure they've been experimenting on prisoners and mental wards. Why dangerous? Women take it. Because that's what I'm saying. Because now you got men who gonna be lying. I'm on birth control. And there's no real way to prove that unless you now saying, let me see your prescription. Some shit I be pulling. You say you what? Oh, let me see what you say. What you got? Okay. Well, I always got to be in somebody's cabinet. I want to know what took so long for the male birth. Oh yeah, probably the scientists are majority male. What else is it doing other dropping the sperm count? That's really all it is doing. It's saying that it's making the sperm count 99.9% ineffective. So I don't know how help. That's why they say they have a lot of safety concerns about this, and it never makes it past the FDA because there are a lot of safety concerns. And my thing is, ooh, yeah, there's no such thing as no side effects. Females on birth control for years actually struggle to get pregnant. Wrap it up. Won't men become more feminine with the testosterone? You be rolling. You be rolling. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I agree. It is definitely some. I'm gonna stay tuned to it. I'm gonna bring it back up on local news next week, but I just could not get past the fact that they're now moving to the point where there's male birth control. All right. Now, this next story, y'all remember Monday, I said that Latto came out here, got on a radio station, ran her lips. She ran her lips and said that there's a male rapper out here that she couldn't, who wouldn't clear the record for her. Come to find, and what did I say? Oh no, I put that on my committee wall. Come to find out, guess who it's coming out to appear like it is? Allegedly. Kodak Black. Kodak Black, y'all. Kodak Black. So, and I'm just shocked. Like how unexpected. How what the fuck? Kodak Black? Really? You're not gonna clear my record unless I sleep with you? The fuck do you think you are? They really got you on some pills. Nigga, you must really be smoking that K2O down there. I know they do that shit. You got to be smoking K2 and drinking Sprite with cough syrup and that shit. How the fuck? So let me explain this to y'all how this went down. So apparently after she did her little interview, and we talked about it, Kodak Black's manager decided that he had some things to say. So he steps onto his Instagram and he writes this, what you see on there. And I'm gonna read, I'm just gonna abbreviate it with you. Let me fill you in on what this bullshit with Latto is all about. She asked for a feature a while back. We charged her our normal rate and she wanted a swap. Since her verse won't really do anything for us, we asked for a swap for our female artist and changed her substantially less. She declined and said she was going to not use the record. Talk about empowering fellow female rappers. Now she's on some bullshit that she was made uncomfortable and holding up your album. I know you're not talking about us. You were on your diva shit when no one is getting in the car playing your records. Your whole album had legal issues. I'm on the email chain. Stop trying to pull this fictitious fuel empathy card for sales. He then accused Latto of trying to assassinate my brother character. He ended his rant by stating that Latto won't name drop who is responsible because she's full of shit. And she didn't openly deny that it wasn't him, but she didn't clarify or not that it was not him. So come to find out. So let's wrap this up. Let's put the nuts on this motherfucking story. Let's nail this bitch to the wall because this story is pretty much dead. This ain't nothing but Latto being mad that she got clearances that couldn't get approved, right? Now, I knew it had to be funny that Kodak Black trying to get sex out of her. Maybe if he could, maybe would. Do I think this is a situation of that? No. I honestly do think it was a situation where she wanted a feature from Kodak Black. He said, yeah, I'll give you a feature, charge you a discounted rate, but you got to hop on one of my female artists because I'm trying to put her on. See, that sounds way more plausible. That sounds business-like to me. And she, being Latto, said, no, I'm not doing that shit. And now she's at this limbo where it's like, no one wants to clear that record, or they're not clearing that record because you're not following up on your end of the deal. You want to, like you said, you want to be on some diva shit. Now, this could be wrong. It could definitely so he wanted to fuck you and that could have went through. But I don't think this is the way you should have handled that. If that was the case, you should have removed that nigga. If you're all about saying that you don't like that and I don't want this, I don't like that, I'm not going to do this, you would have been one of them females. That's why the record ain't on here now. I just pushed it. Would have been a part of your story in the future. You'd have been saying, like, when I did that album, Kodak Black was on there and he wanted me to do all this stuff. So I took it off and I ain't doing that. It would have been a part of your story. But instead, you came out here leading with it, which made me feel like you're looking for empathy. You're looking for sales. You want people to feel like, record label, let her go. Put her record out there. And I hate when motherfuckers do that. I hate when people try to force people with money or businesses to do something on their behalf. It's not their responsibility. It's not their responsibility. So Latto, I think moving forward, when you have these kinds of, because now she's running around here saying, y'all, I wish I never said that. I wish I never said that. You wish you never said that now? You should have been never said nothing like that. If you weren't ready to completely absolve yourself of it, you still wanted the future. I'm sitting here thinking like, what the fuck? And to know that the situation isn't as perverse as as it was told to us, because she certainly hasn't come out and rebuttal or refuted anything that he said, the manager said. So it just leaves it as if, well, what are you doing? Take the man off your album, Latto. Get somebody else on there and move the fuck forward. At this point, you're too new to have these things pull you down. That's all I'm saying. Let your music and shit like that pull you down, but don't come out here with you're not the only woman. You won't be the last woman. I know you wanted to share, but I don't think it was the right time. Like I said, it should have been something that you dealt with and moved on and then told, like, look, you know what I'm saying? I was in the industry and niggas wanted to fuck me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Holding up my track. And I was like, nah. And I let that shit go. I'm Latto. What the fuck? Now we got, and I'm just sad because my album's delayed because a guy, blah, blah, blah. So now what we supposed to, what do you want us to do now? Now that we are hearing more stuff, now how should we respond? That's why you got to be careful how you play the public sympathy tour. You got to be careful how you play that, both YouTube, online, beef sector, and real world. You got to be careful how you play the YouTube sympathy tour or the sympathy tour in general, because it can backfire. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Latto, given the fact that she still wants this record to be cleared on her album, knowing that if this was the guy indeed that did something, why you want to proceed? You would have to perform it with him, wouldn't you? Or like what? Why you can't just take him off? So, yeah, I say suck it up, Buttercup. Take the dong pill. Take the pill. It's gonna be funny if women start telling men, you got a birth control. Go get you some birth control, nigga, or start giving a pill to him. Here you go. That'll be funny as hell. Talk about a switch and everything. Steroids make men drop sperm count and become infertile. So how can this be safer? And that's probably why it's always being held up in at the safety board. Kodak crap. We knew it was Kodak. The label is feeling the shame of Me Too. So now they throwing Kodak. Well, so now the thing though, women have been experimenting for everything birth control related. It's long overdue. Oh, y'all really about this birth control, huh? Yeah, I'm not with a I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't need to have to take. I mean, I don't. A birth control pill wouldn't affect me the same way it would affect like a heterosexual male. All right, let's move on to the next story. So, y'all gotta check this shit out. So, let me know if y'all can see this on your screen.
Hey, I need some chocolate on stage, man.
Y'all see this clip?
Hey, I need some chocolate on stage, man.
So Waka, of course, is facing a backlash because he was performing, and as you can see, there were women dancing in front of him and none too familiar to him. And so he goes up there and says, hey man, I need some chocolate up on the stage. And so he's facing a little bit of backlash due to this. And his response is, imagine trying to be a good person and be inclusive to all. Imagine. He wrote, ultimately drawing more than 35,000 likes. And he also posted on his IG, learning how to leave people alone and go on with your life is needed. Skill, you must master it. And he commented the picture by saying, "I want some chocolate or you will become a fucking stalker." And so I was not offended. Was anybody offended by that clip? I wasn't offended by the clip. I didn't think he, meant any harm. I don't, I was trying to see what was wrong with it. I didn't think anything was wrong with it. But if you go on Twitter, it's a lot of, folks who felt like it was disrespectful, it was misogynistic. He hasn't had the best history and pattern with women in general. So a lot of people felt a certain kind of way about it. I didn't care. I thought it was like funny. Oh, that's what I said. I said, he said the fuck he said. That's exactly what I said. I said, shit, I would have been, girl, I'd have been saying the same thing. Where the niggas at? Knowing me, I definitely would have been like, so where the niggas at? What's going on here? Where we going? You got me all dressed for what? What we doing? When black people show black love, how can that be wrong? I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. You know, I'd have ran my ass to the stage. I'm coming. Bust it. Oh, you wasn't talking about, you went, you need that kind of chocolate. I definitely would have. I get it, but people have definitely tried to turn a nothing into something. I'm sick of we have to watch everything we say. Why is it wrong? You're right. I do. I agree. I agree with you. It's just hard when you're a public figure. You know what I mean? You have so many people watching you. You never know what thing you could say could impact somebody. I don't know. It's just really, really weird because you have to watch. I think about the baby, about him being so naive. He didn't even know he's going to be offensive. Like, that's just blatant negligence to me. People have become too sensitive. Nothing wrong with what he said to me. At all. Nothing at all wrong with it. All right. So this next story is a little bit really, really weird. And I don't know if you all are familiar with this artist, but 42 Dugg. So 42 Dugg is accused of assault, holding a woman and her friend hostage inside a hotel in Miami. And this has got a little crazy because the woman in question took her own pictures. So let me read what happened here. 42 Dugg, according to several news reports, a woman claims that Detroit slang spitter 42 Dugg, and this is 42 Dugg. 42 Dugg assaulted her and held her and a friend hostage inside a hotel room in Miami. In several posts on Instagram, the accuser insinuated that she and her friend were offered hush money not to speak about the incident. Still, she wasted no time taking the alleged assault to media. So in the post right here, this is what she goes on to say. She says, "What niggas did to me and her friend is not worth any money. Shit is not a joke." And she goes on to say, these photos were shared by IG user Young Polka, showing several pics of a woman with a bruised arm and swollen lips, saying, "This is what your favorite celebrities do on closed doors. Like, grown man beat on my friend and literally didn't let us leave, and the hotel didn't do anything." 42 Dugg nor anyone from his squad has yet to respond to the allegations. And they posted more pictures of the location as well, trying to get as many people to see this. Baller Alert, Hollywood Unlocked, Gossip of the City, in the Shade Room. And of course, I got mine from the Shade Room. Now, I didn't even know who the fuck 42 Dugg was, to be honest with you. When I saw this, I mean, I know who he was, a rapper about this and the third, but I really don't pay attention to him, so I didn't really know what he looked like. And I said, okay, I looked at his face and I said, okay, all right. No facial hair. I don't know if he a little ass boy or what's going on, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, now what in the world could you be beating on a woman in a hotel that's gotten her bruised like this? And then try to offer her hush money, her and her friend hush money, to be quiet after the alleged attack. What is going on? Y'all have so much money and resources and access to shit, but the inside is hollow as fuck, you know? So no more 42 Dugg hasn't come out. We don't know if he's been arrested or if anything else has been reported. She did take a picture of her police report that she filed at the Miami Beach Police. Now, we don't know if she could have been. We don't know the relationship between these two, and we don't know if it was a transactional relationship. Not saying that means something or doesn't mean anything, but it allows him to create a narrative. You know what I mean? It takes it from being a consensual thing or consenting adults to, I pay her for this and she came and stole something and she tried to attack me. It comes, all of those things come out of what were you all doing? What were you to each other? What was happening? And then it becomes, okay, now we can build this situation. So I'm interested to see more about this story because I want to know what their relationship was and why it got to this point. Fairly new rapper. He got a couple of songs that I'm familiar with, but again, I'm not too familiar with him as the rapper. So just thought it was really, really interesting. Now, this next story, people got to be out their motherfucking mind. So Mike Tyson was at a comedy club, y'all. Mike Tyson. He was at a comedy club and a dude walks up to him to challenge him, Mike Tyson, to a fight. And Mike Tyson is like, dude, go on, chill. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to have fun. He really trying to like calm it down. I'm sure he's used to being that nigga, and it goes all left and ape shit because the guy pulls out a gun. Check this out.
I'm trying to upgrade my status.
Yeah.
All I need is shoot.
Huh?
All I need is shoot.
That's the guy.
I'm not playing with you. Get up out of here, bro. Okay. I don't give a fuck.
I'm joking, family.
There you go, pulling out his gun.
All right. All right.
There you go. What? No, Brown speaking. Excuse me. Hey. Shalom. Shalom. There it is. I don't play like that. Fuck that. Mike over here.
Hey, Gary, you good. You good.
You a sucker. You a bitch ass. How you doing? You good?
Sometimes you just know.
Hey, thank you, Mike. Get up for Mike.
What the fuck was that? The dude allegedly was joking, was calling Mike Tyson out, wanting to fight Mike Tyson, challenged him to a fight, and apparently he was doing it under the auspices of it being a joke. Well, one of Mike's guys got up close to him like, yo, chill out. And as you can see, the guy went to go retrieve a gun from his waist. And Mike just sat there as they all just tried to retreat and calm, cool, and collected. Now, dude, are you nuts? Are you fucking crazy? But when I see stuff like this happening, and it's like at a very intimate event, a comedy club, and people are that close up to Michael, it lets me know the caliber of people. They must have been wealthy and rich to have access like that. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, is he someone that he's familiar with? Is this somebody who's frequent this area who thinks it's okay to just walk up to him? Like, why would you think it's okay to walk up to Mike Tyson and challenge him to a fight unless you off your last bottle? So that's what I thought. I'm thinking like, damn, Mike could have really been shot, y'all, from this fucking incident. I'm like, what a careless ass fucking thing. I'm sick of we had to watch. Yep, people have become. It wasn't like that back in the days. I know some stuff. If we say anything, we have something to say. Coming to social media first is a no-go. I'll make you think lies. Why the N-word when she mad? Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Keep your hands to yourself. Simple school elementary lesson. Simple. Mike would have folded his ass up had he not had a gun. You sure? You right about that? What's wrong with people? You right about that. Mike is like, he gets earshot of me, he's going home. Oh my God. Not Mike about to bite the man ear off. Oh my God. This isn't the first time that Mike Tyson has been the bringer of peace. Mike is really big on conflict resolution. You know, and it shows. That in that little clip, it shows. I was very happy that he didn't escalate that, because that could have went totally fucking haywire. Can you imagine the news and the headlines of me coming down here, Mike Tyson in critical condition after, like, I think he did a really, really good job of chilling and maintaining his peace. So kudos to Mike. Kudos to Mike on that. Now, how dumb of you. And of course, he had to be a black man. I saw that. I said, of course. Of course. I mean, what other narrative is there? All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is Andrew Caldwell. So y'all know Andrew Caldwell was recently on the Bad Boys LA. And in the clips, we saw him scuffling, going back and forth. Him showing up to the contracted gig that he signed to and received a check for. And in signing, you signed away certain rights and guarantees. One of them I know for a fact is you signed that you cannot sue the show or the cast. And a part of that is because they build in sort of remediation and mediation bodies. So before you can even do any of these things, these other things need to be exhausted first. And if you haven't done that, you really don't have a court case. So I looked at this lawsuit letter that Andrew Caldwell's attorneys prepared for him, and I read it. Okay. Nothing really here of substance. If you haven't read it, I'm just going to pull out one of the big headlines is that our firm has been retained to represent Andrew Caldwell regarding several acts committed against him while participating in the production of Zeus Network's television show. As we've stated before, it is neither permissible nor entertaining to be the subject of intentional acts of violence or, as in this case, sexual harassment. Zeus has been accused of failing to ensure the safety and security of its cast members and facilitating an unsafe and toxic environment for everyone involved in its productions. With that being said, Caldwell nor his attorneys have detailed what specifically occurred or who was involved. So this is what I took out of it. This is nothing but when you have an attorney or attorney friends or whatever, you sometimes get with them, tell them your issues. They'll draft up a letter and send it to somebody, basically threatening them, getting them to shut up and silence them. That's what I saw this letter as. First of all, do I think Andrew Caldwell has a sexual harassment lawsuit against Zeus? Absolutely not. Given the fact that he operates a public platform on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, where he says and does some of the most discriminating things, sexually now a general term where he says some very harassing things, sexual in nature, to both the LGBTQ community and the women community. He said some things. So if he's using the footage from Bad Boys LA as evidence of him being sexually harassed or anything like that, honey, it's a fail, because there's counter footage as well of you being equally, if not worse. And do I think anybody sexually harassed you or anything like that? No, because you were doing the same fucking thing. I had to go back and watch the clip. As much as they were talking shit to you and saying, if you want to call it harassment, you were doing the same thing back. You were going so far as you made racist remarks. You were saying some things about the white castmates. So again, Andrew Caldwell, I don't think you got a leg to stand on with this lawsuit. Now, where do I think Andrew Caldwell has a leg to stand on this lawsuit? Jocelyn's recent show, the explosive show between her and Ballistic, and I forgot the girl name, where they attacked the girl. If that had a potential for a lawsuit, or if the girl was going to move it forward, or if there's something coming out of that, Andrew Caldwell's attorneys could easily go that route, not the sexual harassment route. He could go the intentional acts of violence route. Now, he would have to prove it that they intentionally set him up for him to, and he did not know what he was getting himself into. That's why I said this is going to get sticky, because we know sometimes Andrew Caldwell can read and sometimes he can understand what he read. Most of the time he needs an attorney to interpret it. So I'm wondering if he had an attorney interpreting his contract with Zeus. Because I remember leading up to this, he was so excited talking about, you're going to see me on TV. And he was shouting out Natalie Nunn, all of that shit. And now it seems like you completely forgot what you got yourself involved in. And there's this lawsuit. Like, I don't believe him. I don't believe, do I believe he was sexually harassed? You know, I never want to make somebody feel like they can't tell their truth or how they feel. So quite possibly, but from what I saw and what I am seeing, I don't feel like there's a case of sexual harassment. I feel like there's merely a case of he did not want to be shown in that light. He did not know how this industry works. Baby, they film 3 months prior. You don't see shit. They mix it up into storylines. And when we see it on the air, you see it on the air. That's how most of them work. Can you imagine if they kept going back to letting people see, you know, okay, this is going to be next week. Can you imagine how that would be? Now, some celebrities have it that way because they know how to keep their mouth shut. Like Candy, I know she gets to see clips for next week because she don't really care. She don't do nothing. But Caldwell, baby. And now you're talking about you got another show coming up and you about to go on Sherry. I think you were trying to allude to the fact that it's along the lines of Sherry Shepherd and Wendy Williams. I'm sitting thinking like, no, and what he said, Jennifer Hudson, no. You're too much of a risk and a liability to be on a syndicated network, and you can't even pronounce like words. That's important too. So I don't think there's no legs here, y'all. But y'all can check it out. His lawsuit is alleged, and now he hasn't detailed what he's suing them for, but all we know is he has a lawsuit. So y'all check that out, but I don't think there's any legs to that. That comes with age. Now, a few years ago, Mal would have jump up. People forget Mike has lived his entire life choosing not to fight. Mike Tyson is a shy guy who only fights in the ring. Well, I do remember his little stint with his wife. He's slow. Andrew Caldwell has no case. This for clicks and views. Andrew Caldwell should use the argument that he is slow, and was taken advantage of. Andrew's attorney is going to use the short bus defense. The victim is unable to comprehend what they signed nor understand the assignment. That's way more plausible, though. I mean, because it's way easier to believe the man can't read than it would be to really believe that he think he has a sexual harassment case. Andrew's attorney is going to use. Yeah, I agree. All right, winding it down. All right, so the last one I wanted to share with you all is this, Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams basically came out and aired everybody the fuck out. She aired everybody out. And it was great because we got to see Wendy sort of unfiltered, maybe, candid, maybe. We got to see her in that light. And I think it was a great opportunity to just hear her side of the story. Because again, for the longest time, the only thing we got to hear was through her attorneys and through what Deb Mercury's action. So get into this, and I'm gonna give my commentary on it. Let's check this out.
That I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all, you know? And then there's this person, this a former doctor, okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right. And certainly, this is not fair. This is not fair. You know? Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me. This is not.
Well, my thoughts is my thoughts, absolutely. I'm definitely leaning towards the Wendy Williams side. See, I always kept saying this. I always kept saying that I think the bank was the middle between Debmar Mercury and Wendy Williams. I believe they couldn't really have access to her. They couldn't control her. They couldn't do any of that. And all they knew was that she was sick and she's out on FMLA. But they started wanting to find a way to get rid of her. But you can't fire someone when they're out sick. So then we get Wendy Williams walking on the beach and we get all of these things and, you hear her talking. And so then it becomes, well, what are you doing? You're not communicating with us. We're just going to move on then. We're going to go shut your show. We're going to go start scouting more people. So then we start getting talks of Sherry Shepherd's show, right? And it's almost like, oh, okay, they're going to move on. And the public is led to believe that Wendy's okay with this because this guy, Bernie, comes out here and releases a statement and hires an attorney on behalf of Wendy using her Amex card, the card that Wells Fargo to the Wells Fargo money. Everything tied there, that I'm sure Debmar Mercury has accountants that also check this shit too. So I felt like that was another ploy. And so when she came out and refuted Bernie, who was speaking on her behalf, then now we get the Gardner, the guardianship over, Wells Fargo wants somebody to check over her bank because, they don't think she has the right wherewithal or mental capacity to manage her dollars. And it's like, okay, you're looking for justification. So now it's like the bank shut it down. And in order to get it back, the bank is requiring that you get a conservatorship. Well, if she appeals that, she would have to prove that she doesn't need one, which is exactly what Debmar Mercury is looking for, right? They're looking to show that you don't, you're okay, you're wherewithal, you're in the right mind. So if you're so much in the right mind to manage your money, manage your account, then why couldn't you come back to work? Why are we still having this standing obligation? And the fact that she's saying my show will be back in 3 months, I'm just like, oh wow, that's right on time for, preparing for your fall show, your upcoming fall show. So it's a lot more to this story, a lot of details missing. I definitely think that the bank, what's her name? The bank, Lori Schiller, definitely has some explaining to do, especially when you just stop speaking back to Wendy Williams. It almost leaves it as you're speaking with Debmar and you're not talking to Wendy. And so now you're working in tangent with one side and you're not working on a tangent on the other side, which is the customer, the client. But I don't feel bad for Wendy Williams at all. I think she's handling it how she needs to. I'm glad she got out here and said something. I'm glad she got out here and spoke about it, because otherwise we'd have all been like leaving it sort of like she doesn't know what she's going on and she's aloof. Well, Wendy is very much so in tune with what's going on. She did look a little bit, I'm gonna say it, she did look like she definitely is on the recovery, like on the upswing, like she's trying to work herself back up, because I was very shocked to see her teeth. I didn't know they were in that condition, that kind of condition. No shade at all, but I just, because we don't really get to see her mouth up close, so well, I don't be like looking at her mouth that close, so I didn't feel bad for her, you know. People were like, give her money, Wells Fargo, give her money, and it's like, you also got to be smart to know that this isn't just the only money she has. Like, I'm sure she has more money than this. I don't know if this was the same money or budget that she would use to operate the Wendy Williams production. And from that money, she was using that to pay staff. And now she can't pay staff. Like, we don't know the intricacies of this, you know, this bank account. So stay tuned. But I'm telling you, this is a nasty one right here. This is a nasty fight. And it doesn't make me think that they're going to cancel Sherri Shepherd. Like, they will find a way to keep both Sherri Shepherd, and if they have to bring the Wendy Williams show back, keep them both on air. But I don't think they're going to. I think they built too much momentum for Sherri Shepherd at this point. Look at that ring. You don't think he had his lawyer look forward before he signed papers? Oh, yeah. That messed up. I wonder, is he white? Probably has to be our brother, not that smart. Her ex going to get her money back. Ugh, greasy. Have all her people take their money out their bank. I feel that fool plays in court. He has probably gone through at least 5 lawyers on this issue. There are so many lawyers willing to play reindeer games with Andrew. Yes, they are. They build their Instagram accounts off of him. I said, no, I ain't never know a lawyer will take work for you to get them followers on Instagram. I mean, Instagram followers is a currency now. That shit is crazy. As long as Wendy was making them money, they loved her. And they so quick to just toss her by the wayside. So Brittany has been misappropriating Wendy's money. These people are dirty and grimy. She can't go get them white, and she can't. I was supposed to go to the just rated. Shut up. She can't get them white because she ain't got her money. You right. Personal and business accounts are separate, so Brandy is stealing from Wendy. Dirty. Oh, you gotta stay tuned. I'm gonna stay tuned. I don't think that Mercury is clean here. I definitely think they are the ones pushing this shit behind the scenes. But I will stay tuned. All right, in the last one, so I can let y'all go. I didn't even know it was about to be 9:30. I'm just sitting here running my mouth. Is this? So I don't know if you saw my wall, and I'm not gonna play the video. Again, you're not being funny. But there's a video that shows a racist Popeyes customer who threatened to lynch a worker over a refund dispute. And so it got really, really nasty between the two. And I gave my commentary on it. I shared the video clip. Actually, I'll just share the video right now, to be honest with you all. And so I gave my commentary on this, but I'm going to share with you all if some of you all did not see it, and check this video out. And then we're going to come back and talk, and then we're going to wrap the show up. So let me know your thoughts on this. And if it provokes you in any kind of way, feel free to let me know in the chat. Be open, you know. Let me know how you feel about this. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roman, and yes, we are back. And this time it's with a quick little video. I wanted to share a clip that went viral online, and I could not wait until next week when we do local news at 6:30 a.m. So I wanted to share this clip with you, and I will be right back with my commentary. But before I do that, I wanted to give you some context about what is happening and what you're about to see. In this disturbing video footage, you will see a suspected white supremacist violently threatening a fast food worker over an order dispute. This encounter seems to check all of the boxes for a federal hate crime by way of a threatening, lynching, and an N-word laced rant. The video, filmed at the counter of a Popeyes restaurant, was going viral on Sunday and left no doubt about how the white man who starred in the footage really feels about Black people. Check this out.
No, You want to talk to her for her calling me a fucking cracker?
And what was you doing?
I called her a fucking nigger after she called me a cracker. You have a nice day. Call the cops. Call the cops.
And you think I won't?
I know that's right.
Y'all, all you niggers think this is fucking acceptable? Huh? You fucking nigger.
What's that? You did that. Like I said, you're entitled to your own freedom to speak. You can call it what you want to call it.
He can't call me that. He a cracker. Fuck him. He can suck a dick. Just like I told him.
When I
You can
catch
suck
your
a dick.
nigger ass
You can
outside,
suck
I
a
promise
dick.
you.
You
I
can suck a
promise
dick.
you.
You
I'm
can
gonna
suck a
beat your
dick.
fucking
You
nigger
can
ass.
suck a dick.
I'm
You
gonna
can
hate
suck
you
a
from a
dick.
fucking tree,
You can
bitch.
suck a dick.
Put me on
You can
TikTok.
suck a dick,
I
cracker.
bet you I'm gonna
You
beat
can
the
suck a
fuck
dick,
out of you.
cracker.
I bet you I'll beat the fuck
You
out of
can
you.
suck a dick,
Your
cracker.
fucking parents
You
raised
can
you like
suck a
a
dick,
fucking
cracker. And look what you're acting like, cracker.
Bitch,
Cracker.
you fucking ignorant piece of shit.
Cracker.
Huh?
Cracker.
Where's your fucking
Cracker.
7 you bitch? What
Cracker.
you mad you ain't getting it?
Cracker. Your grandmammy got it, bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Fat ass cracker.
Okay.
Fat ass. Your chicken getting cold, fat boy. Your chicken getting cold. Your chicken getting cold, fat boy.
So the video was very disturbing, and I was very, very shocked by the fact that the man was so upset to the point where he just threw the N-word around so carelessly, even amongst being, all of those black people. But what I found to be so fulfilling, so rewarding was the manner in which the black folks in the restaurant reacted. The guy said, call the police, and they literally, okay, I'll call the police. They were very calm, cool, and collected. That made me very, very proud because we know, and we've all been through these situations, and they could have easily taken this man out, fought him, did whatever they could. But they chose to do a different thing. And that reminded me of the civil rights era. And when people were going through things and faced with so many different challenges because of the color of their skin, that they decided to fight those challenges with nonviolence and using sort of the law, the law that, was built to support, to put one race above the other, use that law against itself. And so I was very proud of that. I looked at that and said, wow. Now, would I've done the same thing? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you whether I would have done the same thing or not. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I'm very much so, I have anger issues. I don't like to be, talked like that, talked to like that by someone who's angry, and you're white. It definitely would come off as a racist filled rant. So I don't know what I would have done, and I don't want to sit here and say what I think I would have done because I don't know. I'm not in that position. But what I can tell you is I'm very proud of the people in this film, and if they ever, if somebody ever get a chance to just congratulate them on the way they responded, they were very, they're role models. I saw on Twitter a lot of people, if they went to this place or they went to that place, they'd have got the business, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure he would have got the business. He could have got the business there, but that's not the point. The fact that they didn't respond and this didn't get out of control and the video went so viral, it makes this man look bad. His band has already come out denying him. I'm sure he's got to deal with a lot of things in his own life. Meanwhile, they get to be highly celebrated. So, folks, pay attention to how you respond to these challenges when you are in public. Now, not every situation is the same thing. So I don't want you to go into the world thinking that, but just pay attention to what happened here and how you can walk away with something, with a lesson. And until next time, do sit. So that was my take on the situation. I looked at it as a lesson because I could have easily been that could have been me in that position. And I saw how the girl was responding and how it made her look like him. And I said, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to see. You know what I'm saying? You use those moments to make that person look as the worst as possible. You saying the worst shit, you doing the worst thing. You think you disrespected me, but it takes you it takes you more energy than it does to take me to sit here and look at you like you fucking crazy. So that was a lesson. I really did take that. I said, that looked good on camera, the way the man was like, I called the police, it ain't shit to me. Now, when he left and they were back there, I'm sure they were talking shit like, dog, I was going to dog walk this dick. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but in the moment, you really, really do. As you get older, you have to like know when this is a moment. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said not everything is the same. Everything is not the same because you may not be an employee. You might be a customer, and another customer is saying it to you. But I'm saying relative to it's your job, you are in a role of responsibility, and this happens to you. You know, not every moment requires you to go off the handles because as we seen in Say What, the girl got snatched out of the car and she was the drive-through window. So who knows? The man could have walked back in there with a gun and shot all of them. Who knows what kind of mindset he had? And I know we want to go to the extremes to protect ourselves and our race and stand up, but some of this stuff doesn't deserve our time or energy. You coming in here wanting to go off on me because you want a refund on some chicken that you didn't like or something like that. It was about a refund. And this is how it turns into. Bro, I know you got a bad life. I know I know your life is bad. You know what I'm saying? I had to look at it like that, you know, okay, whatever, or walk to the back or something, but I wouldn't have sit there, you know, still yelling epithets and, you know, saying stuff certainly out of character. So I felt really, really bad for her. When I live in NOLA, this older lady used to tell the story from back in the days. She was still living at the hospital, Betty. Well, she has to be 90. Oh, wow. On camera, I wouldn't say. Glad this didn't become a physical escalation. Why weren't charges pressed? I don't know if charges were pressed. I have to follow up on that, but I didn't see any charges pressed after that or anything. But they're saying that this could be a federal hate crime, and it could possibly be some charges. Why are we still being called the N-word and not seeing anything that get old? Because we call each other it. So as long as it's still out there, people are still going to test the waters to use it. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. I contribute to that. We all contribute to that. I wrote a paper about it in college, but you can't tell people not to use a word and then use the word. It just don't work like that. If we want immediate, you know, to get rid of the word from everyone, and we have to stop using it ourselves. And because we've ingrained it into our culture, into the things that we say, we sort of turned a lemon into lemonades and turned it into a term for some to be endearing, others to be, you know, a way to call someone. And so when other people use sort of this term that was meant to be derogatory, and now it's in term of endearment, we don't see it the same way. You can't have it that way. We can't have it that way. I can't have it that way, you know, but I don't like it. That don't mean you can be white and stand in front of me and call me on. No, hell fucking no. That's a internal struggle and something that we have to become comfortable with. And it really is about just abolishing the word and not saying it at all. You know, a lot of famous celebrities have adopted this. Oprah, a lot of people, you know, don't use the N-word, abolish it. If you know, you can't bury something and dig it back up and use it, you know, it's still going to be out there. So that's my take on it, on the use of the N-word. Sick of down south, they think they can say anything to us. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Shantae. Happy birthday. We're gonna have to play some music or something. We're gonna have to play some music. Serious question. I would like to hear your point of view of what a woman is. What do I define a woman? A biological woman, or are we talking about a woman in sexual orientation? And that's what the lady wanted to say. That is what she wanted to clarify. That's why she kept saying in what context. If you're talking about in biological, absolutely, I can tell the difference between a male and a female. If you're talking about sexual orientation, yes, I can tell the difference between a cisgendered woman and a trans woman, as well as a cis man and a trans man. I can tell those differences, absolutely. But when you're talking about the biological definition of an individual, yes, I can definitely identify that. And I think people have to dig deeper in defining it when someone asks them, because they're searching for something, and you have to just give it. You know, I think they were really looking for her to say that these are women and they're not. And she can, you know, because as a judge, you see so many cases that involve those kinds of questions. you are almost in tune with the line of question that's coming your way. It's like she's dumb. No, she knows what's going on. So yes, Kayleen White, I definitely do. Now I'm not going to say he don't say it when I'm not around. Oh, my friend, happy birthday. Yes, baby, happy birthday. I would say drop your cash app in the chat, but I'm about to wrap it up. But Shantae, I'm gonna have to put your cash app in the chat. I can hit you up because you're definitely a favy of mine, Bookie. Put your cash app in the chat. All right, y'all. I'm about to let y'all go. I'm about to go to bed. Okay, do you hear me? I was up. I didn't go to bed till 4 after listening to Tracy and Jay Wilson and Kimmy. And I had to get the show ready. So then I went and laid on the couch, sitting up like this from 5:30 to 6. Then I woke up, walked my dog a little bit, and I came back in. I came right here. So the dedication is real. I definitely appreciate you all being here and meeting me here. And I just want to let you know, it came out last night that like behind the scenes things were said about me and relative to my channel. He's boring, I don't see it for him and stuff like that. And I was laughing in the chat. I was comfortable with it. It was cool. One thing about me is I'm very intuitive to how people treat me and how people respond to me and when that changes. So I wasn't shocked or surprised to know that things were said about me behind the scenes. I wasn't, and I'm not. Even to this day, I know there's things, not everybody gonna like you. I think I was more shocked at it was said with Kimmy. That's what I think I was more shocked with. I would have assumed that things would have been, with other people, but I was like, oh wow, I didn't think that I would be even a topic of a conversation. So I was shocked by that. But am I mad at Kimmy? No. I was talking shit about her too. I was all in Jay Wilson chat that time when Madison Blue came out and her mugshot came out. All of that, I was all over there running down in the middle. So it's fair. She's talking shit about me. I was talking shit about her. It is what it is. I respect Kimmy a lot more now that I know she's standing alone and talking. She's saying her truth. Because I always felt like her truth was associated with someone else. So I'm very, very. It was good to know that. I was like, oh wow. Okay, I like this. Am I mad at Bree? No. I think to be mad, I would have had to have some care on it. And I don't care. Like if that's how you feel, that's fine. I mean, it wasn't a cause for me to drag her or anything like that. I just was like, little old me was a topic of conversation for y'all, given the history of you all's relationship, given the history of things that went on YouTube, and y'all had, for me, okay, I said, all right. And Jay Wilson had to keep on telling people, they said you boring, you boring, you boring, you boring. I'm saying, looking at Jay Wilson. But I get it. Nobody's above the beef. Nobody's above reproach. Everybody's going to say something. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anyone. I definitely did distance myself and pull back because I did feel it. So even before this conversation came out, I definitely felt that. I felt that in our relationship or YouTube ship or whatever it was. So I just decided that it would be best for me just to pull back and not in a negative, nasty way. I don't want to be public and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, okay, I see you. And let me act accordingly. So that was that. Nothing negative for me. All right. I literally was raised not to say the N-word. It was never a term of kindness or fellowship. I pride myself in not using that word outside of my family or in public. The N-word. Yeah. That's something I said I wanted to raise my child not knowing to say the N-word. Like I wanted them not to say that word. But it's a hard thing to do because you're not the only impressionable factor on children. You got to think beyond. Once they leave your household, who else do they see? And do they have enough wherewithal to not retreat, not cave in, and not use the word? And it's like, look at yourself. My TT don't use the N-word in the house. And then when she does, she says it's so weird. It's like, she be like, nigga. I'll be like, what? She's like, calling him a nigga. I'm like, because she don't say it. So I didn't come in a household. I didn't have a household where it was like a used word. But look at me. be out here telling people, fuck you, nigga. The fuck? I had to do that to the bum at the gas station. I'm in the gas station. I walk, get out my car. Hey, you gotta go, man. I ain't got nothing. I have nothing. Not today, sir. I don't have nothing. I go in the store. Now I pull out my cash to pay for what I was going to pay for. Can I get your change? I said, nah, I ain't got nothing, sir. I'm sorry. I go out the door. I go out the store. I get in my car. You know how you turn around to open the door? He's right here. Bitch, if you don't go carry your ass somewhere, Joe, nigga, like what? Thank you, King Roman, for giving us your time and views. But of course. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I really do. Like, no matter what, just know that. Is your birthday too? Happy belated Black Swan. When was your birthday? King Roman, I really don't believe that though. Kimmy lied on me. I know. I remember. I saw what you said, Stacy. That's why I said. That's why I'm learning. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I'm learning now how to respond to stuff like this. Like, shit changes every day. You know. That's why I'm very careful. Like, okay, I get it. That's how it moves because she could come out here today and say everything she said was a lie, and now we working with a different narrative. So I'm just at a point where just learn to move the way your gut tells you. If you feel like something ain't right, just live in that for a little bit and figure out what it is, what something's trying to tell you. And not everybody is going to be in your corner, and that's okay. Like, who are you? Not sexual orientation, just a woman. Having sex doesn't define being a woman or a man. Yeah, a biological woman and a biological man. Yes, I can tell the difference. And if you're a trans woman and if you're a trans man, I can tell the difference as well. In terms of your gender, yes. I mean, I definitely think that's something it's not a candid thing. I mean, as much as, I think that comes with, you being a trans woman. Okay, you're a trans woman, meaning that your biology makeup came from a male. So I understand that. That doesn't mean that your pronouns become him and he. There's going to, be what you identify as, of course, and how you live your life. But in terms of your genetic biological makeup, yes, I can. And it's so hard to put words behind it because, I'm a content creator now, and whereas before in my earlier days on YouTube, I would come down here and Kayleen, I will be saying some stuff and I will have people come back like, you offended me. Why you say it like that? I had somebody say that I was a misogynist. I hate women. I had a guy say that I hate men. So I'll be trying to make sure that I'm not offending folks because it's very easy. It's very quick to offend people, and you can speak how you feel. You just got to learn how to express it. So I hope you understand what I mean. Like I understand what the question you're asking. And yes, I do. They both are one and the same. That's why Kimmy and Brianna were friends. Yeah, I watch them. I listen. I'm over here. Okay, I'm over here with the news crew, so I don't know. I just be in the chat chilling. Y'all ain't seen me panel hopping, doing none of that stuff. I haven't felt like I need to explain myself. I don't feel like I got no beef with them. It is what it is. Shit, they was talking about me. I wasn't, whatever I had to say was in the chat, and that was it. That was it. No. So it's all good with me. I think maybe post January, I'll probably been in my feelings like, what? Why would you? And how? But I let that shit go when the new year turned. I was like, okay, I see how this shit gonna roll. It's cool. So I don't wish her no bad blood. I wish her all the best success. Do you? The sky's the limit. I know she's switching up her content now, Do you? I think that's dope. You know, I always say how everybody have these big ass platforms, these numbers and stuff, and can't find something else to catch a lick. And I hope this is your opportunity and your moment. I'm not a hater. I don't know why. I'm just not a hater. It's not in my blood. I'm not a hater on you. So I remember when I asked Brianna why y'all don't do the show or where y'all going at it. She said, "No, we good." Yeah, I mean, we were fine. Even then, I thought we were fine. You know what I'm saying? Um, for all you all know, up until yesterday, everything was fine. And just like with you all, I found out, things that were said behind the scenes about me and other people, and you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have to consider the source, but you also have to look at how you feel. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't true, you should be able to look. That's like somebody coming down and saying, Treese was behind the scenes saying X, Y, and Z to you. I have to be like, okay. I mean, you would really have to have recorded the conversation and put it out here for me to really. So, Jonte, I look for you in the AM. My little job beat me up last week. Oh, I go off our own drive, but don't come up to my daughter's car. Okay. I hate that. Get away from me, sir. The N-word that my mama said, don't let they say that to you. You better lay them out. My mama's words were mine. Lay them the motherfucker out. Oh, happy belated March 3rd. Yes, happy belated birthday to you. Thank you. Time goes fast when you're in your 40s. I forgot my own birthday birthday this year. Oh no. I'll talk to my friend about YouTube people. You do? See, the thing is, people be looking like, well, what are you doing there? Before I started doing like a morning show and I was doing like running back and stuff, who are these people? Who are you interviewing? Why are people coming to see? Like, it was always a big thing. What you think? I was choking. I had a dry ass throat. That's before I knew you had the thing in the morning. Hating is wasteful energy. It only causes you to fail because the universe does seek balance. Well, yeah, and that's just like, you're right. Like, that's like wasted energy. Like, fuck, move around. Like, I'll figure something else out. It was interesting. I'm curious to see how this weekend will go. What else is gonna come to the light? What is the response of the beef sector? Like, what is everybody saying? We got a wind of it last night. I'm here for the shits. I'm with you all. I'm riding the chat with you all. I don't take any of this to heart. Definitely check in and check out when I can. Yes, I do. But whatever I said, I can say it again right to their face. Period. Or I just don't say it. Like, just be like, oh, okay, I'm good for that. Or don't reply. Or yeah, don't reply. If you ain't got nothing to say, don't reply. Just be like, okay, because you find yourself caught up and it's not necessary. I think what was funny was when Kimmy was saying all of this in her chat, and she was like, "Oh yeah, King Roman, I see you down there. We was talking about you too." Yep, sure was. And I was like, I kind of felt it. That's why I think I was sticking around, because I'd have been with the bed, and I was like, let me sit here and see what the hell's going on. So I'm popping in Kimmy chat the whole time, and I see her keep looking down. Like, I was like, okay, let me see. And I said, okay, I figured that. You boring. And in my mind, I'm thinking that's just the nice shit. She probably didn't want to go. I'm thinking that's just the nice shit, but I'm sure there was far more worse things said. I was trying to get the context, like, how did I even come up in conversation? But I didn't want to. At that point, I just left it alone. Like, okay, that's what we gonna do. Yes, I'm 55. I told my kids I'm not getting old. Oh, I think my son a little slow. He said, "Well, you are old." She blocked me. Sorry for leaving that there. Oh, no, you fine. Good morning, Torres. All right, y'all. I have to go and shout out to Boosie for popping all them. Boosie won. That shit was funny. It was funny to me. It was so funny. All right, I'm gonna play some music till we roll out, y'all. I'm about to, but I'm definitely about to go catch me a nap. I'm so glad I walked my dog this morning. I ain't gotta really worry about it. Here we go with the text message. I can go get me some sleep. I need some sleep. I don't like confusion. You don't like confusion? You don't like confusion? Where your child? You see him? Just being a little nose. You see him hitting behind me? Hitting hills? Look at him. Sitting there being hitting hills. We going out to DC today. He's having a field trip today. Well, not a field trip. He getting away from me today. Not when it's someone I like. Nah. I agree. I definitely agree. Is this off? It wasn't like this back in the day. People kept saying that. Yesterday. Yes, because he get everything. I didn't get him till 8 last night. And I'm thinking by the time I got him, he was going to be sleepy and ready to go to bed. No, he wants to play. So I'm like, oh my God. So I played with him a little bit. And then after he done playing, I gave him one of them dog treats that smell really, really bad. It's just stinking, them chewy toys. And so I guess he was done for the night. I catch him behind the couch trying to hide his treat under the couch. You know how dogs try to hide their treats. I don't know about y'all, but I got a hunting dog. He always tries to hide treats that he don't want to eat. I'll go in my room, under my socks on the floor, there's treats. I'll be on the couch under the pillow, there's treats. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's all because in his mind, it's I don't know, it's part of his history, his life. And so last night he was burying a treat, and I just watched him sit there. I said, just bury it till your ass fall asleep. So finally went to sleep. So he's good and rested. Everyone have a good weekend. Yes, people. Let's have a good weekend. Let's be out. I know I'm not going to monetize this live. Hey. Okay. Thank you, Miss Margot. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being members too. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate the subscribers. I really pump with y'all. A whole vibe. When I tell y'all, I had some of y'all was popping out in the chats last night like, I fuck with King Roman. I was like, yes, what's up? Like, that felt good. It really did. Because sometimes you be like, damn, I really be down here connecting with people. And then for somebody to try to just dish you like that, and then you got your support like, yo, fuck them. It was cool. Y'all understand. People was hitting me up behind the scenes like, yo, fuck them. Old heads. I said, thank you so much. I'm still going to be here. So thank you. I appreciate it. I love dogs. I have a pit bull. You do? How big is your pit bull? He loves pit bulls. Do I have the picture of him in a pit bull? He loves pit bulls. My brother has a pit bull. It's a mess. Tristan Bell, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Thank you, Stacy. I read your comment last night too during the mess. I said, you better be over here giving me some advice. I heard you. I fuck with you too. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you. And happy Friday to you. I like when it's simple. All right, y'all. You just gonna tune out. Thank you, Black Swan. I appreciate that too. I was like, I saw it. I was like, oh shit, look at it. Thank you. That shit, it come in handy. Like, I'm for real. Like, thank you, cause I was like, this shit came out of nowhere, and I'm sitting here thinking like, then you get all the other people in the chat. He is boring. And then I had, Itsy Bitsy. She was like, well, this is beef sector. Why are you over here? And I'm like, because I do commentary and everything else, and I be in the beef sector. Well, this is beef sector, guys. I'm like, it's okay. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just going to be here chilling. Like, if you don't like me here, that's cool. I get it. But I'm just letting you know I'm going to do this. I don't know how to tell you. So she's like, I'm just playing. I'm picking with you. I get it. And that's how I looked at all of them. I'm like, I get it. It's just some shit to talk. I'm not offended. We all get to be born sometimes to somebody, to someone out there. Shit, I'm just glad you got an opinion about me. That means you stopped by. So it is what it is. I'm not mad. Everything is showing. Ooh. Oh yeah. And make sure you hit the like button on your way out. And have a great day. And choose positivity first, and then violence. So think about positivity first, and then violence. Deuces.